apart by the greedy. Weakened and exposed. Forever on the defense. But no longer.
Welcome, my friends. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, guys, we're back with the Great Legendary Lords Tournament. So this is something we've been talking about for some time, and obviously it's a pretty big event. So basically how it works is it's a two-stage tournament. The first stage of the tournament is the group stages. Each group, 17 groups in total, has 4 legendary lords in it. And basically those 4 legendary lords will fight every other legendary lord in their group, and the top 2 from each group will be advancing. So today you see Alberic, you see Count Noctualus, you see Boris Todbringer, and you see Sigbold. So basically, whoever has the best record after today's group stages will be advancing on to the second stage of the tournament, which is basically going to be a faction war style single elimination event. But again, the group stages is the first round, and it's certainly been quite a bit of fun. Every single legendary lord in the game is represented. Yes, even the Red Duke, all those kind of lords that kind of got added as a little bit of a strange caveat back in the day, but yeah, every single lord is represented, every single one. So should be quite a bit of fun, man. I'm hyped. So we'll be jumping into the games here in just a moment. Just going to enjoy my tea for a hot minute while we let some folks gather. And if you guys have any questions about the event, do let me know. We are, of course, using banner rules being the standard kind of rule set we use for most events here on the channel. And there is a challenge page, but if I do share it with you, it will spoil the outcome of many games to come. So this group has already finished. Obviously, this is going to be done via replays because scheduling is relatively tricky with this many groups and players. But the top 16 or top 17, once we get there, will actually be a live stream tournament, very similar to the faction wars. There will be, lords and might be repeats of some factions depending on how well things go, but should be pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm going to stream every single one. Correct. So there's 17 groups in total. This is one of 17. 2 have finished so far. They started in the beginning of January, more or less, like second week of or first week of January. And I gave them a month to complete it. So all the group stages should be done by like the first or second. I think February 13th is the cutoff of when they're supposed to finish by. I can't quite remember. Or like February 7th or something. Yeah, anyways. But by then they'll all be done. And I'm just going to be banging these bad boys out. Some streams might actually have 2 groups, but this one is just going to be this group stage. It's going to be Group F here, so should be fun. Tretch is there. Yeah, we have a very strong player. Ben the Barman is an outstanding player, and he's playing Tretch, so there's some pretty good representation there. Yeah, it should be fun. Aerocrastic, of course, is playing Sigbold, so always a scary foe. Yeah, then we got Park Map, we got Energized, we got Newport here. Should be good. Yeah, Garland. Ben the Barman is playing Tretch. Correct. Mirror match a lot? No. So I designed it so there were no mirror matches in any of the group stages. So there's not going to be any mirror matches here. There will be mirror matches potentially in the later stages of the tournament. But for now, there aren't any mirror matches in the group stages. Yes. Who do you think will win, and why is it Sigbold? Well, if Sigbold is going to win, it's, he's a pretty strong lord. And, looking at his competition, Sigbold is probably not the best against, like, Empire and Bretonia. But against the Vampire Coast, he's actually a really strong pick. And the thing is, too, is all you have to do to advance past the group stages is win 2 of your 3 games. Because the group stage, each player plays 3 games, right? So if you win 2, you pretty much auto-advance, which is cool. However, if you lose 2, you're pretty much guaranteed to be eliminated. So who's on Vlad? I think it's Tank of Clan VM. I can't remember. There's 68 players, I think, playing in this tournament. It's pretty fat. Like I said, 17 groups of 4 players each. So there's a lot going on, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's going to be cool to see, like, how well unorthodox lords can do, for sure. Like, I mean, Boris and Alberic here are both very unorthodox. Noctualus and Sigbold are kind of meta now, but, times are changing, for sure. So we're going to load in. Let's get this party started and load into the first replay here. Thanks again for joining today, guys. Hope you're all doing well. So we will be casting 6 games in total today. And then after that, we are going to be... doing some like free-for-alls and some like fun, ridiculous stuff to like close things out. So, who's the underdog in this group? Lord, not player. Probably Alberic, because Boris is good. Noctualus is super strong. Sigvold's strong. Probably Alberic would be our underdog. So the first match is going to be a showdown between the Warriors of Chaos, who shall be led by Aerocrastic, facing off against Energized, who's going to be the Vampire Coast. Now, Aero and Energized are both top-tier tournament players. They often make it to the top 4, if not win tournaments. So this should be a pretty important, decisive match here for this particular group, right? We got the 2 big dogs going at it here early. We're the 4 lords in this round. We have Sigvold, we have Noctualus, we have Alberic, and we have Boris Todbringer. So basically Empire Coast, Chaos, Bretonia. There's no Dawi in this stage, but trust me, there's dwarves in the other groups, and yeah, the games are really, really good. So let's go ahead and load into this one. Go here. And do it to it. Eric Salvet, thank you for the 20 NOK. By the glutes of Sigbold, may the stream bless you. Thank you, man. So, taking a look at the armies here. This is going to be Aerocrastic. Aerocrastic will be leading the Scions of Slaanesh. He's got Prince Sigvold, his main battle line, which I've experienced quite a bit because he's used this build against my coast on many occasions. He's got a whole line of Chaos Marauders, 4 in total with double Aspiring Champions coming in. Aspiring Champs are kind of a fun thing. And, as much as they might be sort of memey in this matchup, they actually do have a strange niche, because if the Vampire Coast does want to use Syrenes, Aspiring Champions actually kill them really quickly. They do magic damage and hit incredibly hard, and seem to have pretty good splash damage too, so kind of a cool tech piece right here. So, no, Energized decided to play Noctualus. I know, crazy times. So we got Aspiring Champs, we do have the Mirror Guard, Sigvald's personal bodyguard, and then basically a ton of Halberds. So the Halberds are pretty cool tech, right? Because against crabs, against Morngulls, against many of the Vampire Coast monsters, they can do well, and typically you're going to still have enough width to swarm a gun line here, which I think is quite neat. Yeah, Moore is playing the Red Duke, correct. So in the back here, we got the Marauder Horseman Corps. Pretty much a standard for most competitive Chaos builds is to have like 3 or 4 horsemen, just to have some backline dive and some anti-air. And if they have gun bats, for example, like Deck Dropper or gun bats, and you don't have some sort of anti-air, it's like one of the worst feelings ever. It just sucks so bad. So Oh, you thought it was just going to be lords fighting each other? Oh, like a dueling tournament? No, they get to bring their armies with them. So for Energized, he's got Count Noctualus up on the Colossus, a front battle line of deckhand mobs backed up by bombers. Looks like it's going to be 2 mortars. Interesting. Mortar choice against... You almost never see mortars against Chaos. Huh, curious to see how this will do. Halberds in the back. Bombers, double handguns. Handguns are quite good if they can shoot against the halberds. That's super cost effective. We have double Morngul Haunter as well. So check these bad boys out, man. It's time. It is time indeed. So let's get this party started and see who will be drawing first blood in the Legendary Lords Tournament. So it is group stages. So even if a player loses a game, they're not eliminated. They get a chance to play a couple more games. And if they win 2 of their 3 group stage games, they have a chance of advancing. So, yeah, or they more or less advance. So the boys are moving in now. Sigbold and company getting ready to do some battle. You can see the mortars are dropping from above here on the Chaos Warrior halberds. Noctualus getting some good damage in, blasting into the halberds here. Kills 4 models on impact, even if it didn't do a ton of HP damage. And the mortar is really interesting stuff. They're actually doing some big damage against Mirror Guard here. Yeah, mortars against Chaos is something I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, you see Queen Bess, which is functionally somewhat similar to a mortar. But, yeah, basic mortars, though, very, very different stuff. Here they come. Marauders are going to be closing the distance. It is on a small map. The way the maps were decided was with a pick and ban. So each player in each round was presented with 3 maps. And each player gets to ban 1 of the 3 maps, and then they play the remaining maps. So it looks like a Burning Head's going to be coming in here from the Warriors of Chaos. Nice one there by Arrow. Able to go through the deckhand mobs and potentially get through the bombers. But it looks like Energized is able to dodge that. And will be getting his bomber salvo. So here is quite a painful engagement here for Chaos. These bombs hurt pretty bad against these lightly armored marauders. You can see these guys are getting shreked pretty good, but they should be able to push through. We will see. And here in the middle, Sigbold and company able to bunker bust those deckhand mobs who were kind of worn down from that burning head. And now Sigbold and the Mirror Guard are pushing through, though Noctualus does drop a pretty nice little summon to buffer that engagement. In the back, halberds are moving up, so we have Chaos Warrior halberds kind of engaging from all fronts, and a big surround is coming here. Arrow in the back does have Chaos Marauders. He does have the Chaos Warhounds, so he's going to be trying to probably push through here and see what kind of damage he can do. Now, a little bit of a scary situation for Energized. His inflatable arm dude, the Morngul Haunter, actually overextended away from its troops, and now Sigbold is attacking it with halberd support, and this thing might have some trouble getting away. It may even potentially die here if he forgets about it for too long. Sigbold has 780 weapon strength with a heroic killing blow, and you can see this is a ton of damage, man. Brutal stuff. Morngul Haunter is really getting buttered up pretty good. And now he's going to be getting pushed back. And yes, for anyone just joining, Arrowcrastic is the Warriors of Chaos, and Energized is the Vampire Coast. So the battle rages on as the Marauder Horsemen continue to throw into the bombers. Bounce power is pretty even. Nice Wraithstorm right there, although Wraithstorm doesn't do too much against foot characters in my experience. Sometimes they can, but they usually get knocked over, and then the other subsequent shots don't really hit. Oh man, this is going to be a huge burning head coming in. Sigbold's boys dropping some big fire here. It goes through the halberds, it eviscerates the handguns, it also hurts the mortar crew there in the back. That was a really, really good burning head. But now the big thing that's going quite well for Chaos is the fact that Sigbold here is really dominating this Morngul Haunter. He's, really focusing that guy back, and the Morngul Haunter might be able to get away with his superior mass and his chilling aura, slowing down Sigbold down to 26 speed. But Sigbold's quite a persistent hunter, man. And Arrow's really, really pushing here. Now, as far as the front line goes, deckhand mobs are holding in some areas, but the halberds are getting closer and closer, and that's kind of the thing. Even though the bounce of power, might be even, there's a couple big scary vampire monsters around here. If the halberds are alive in the late game with Sigbold, there's not going to be a whole lot that can kill them. Noctualus, I guess, could potentially kite, maybe do some work in that way, but here you can see in the backfield, Arrowcrastic pulling in with the Marauder Horsemen, and they're able to push in and really shut down these mortar teams. Yeah, bombers are not as good as they used to be. They really got, they're just, in a lot of my Vampire Coast builds, I found myself cutting bombers. I feel like there's better options now. Maybe bring like 1 or 2, maybe just 1. But yeah, I've been really disappointed with the performance of my bombers lately in my Vampire Coast games. Anyways, Marauder Horsemen pushing in once again, able to disrupt the mortar fire. Bounce of power is reflecting for Chaos here as the halberds are moving forward. The aspiring champions of Slaanesh here, I would imagine. They got their swords are kind of like pink Slaanesh hue anyways. They're going to be moving up. Prince Sigbold, I don't know where he is. Now there he is. His glutes are a-pumping, trying to get over here after Count Noctualus. We'll see if he can get him. Noctualus is very trapped up by halberds, and he's pretty terrible at crowd clearing. Noctualus is very good at shooting from a distance and, sniping things and doing some good splash damage with his cannons, but in melee, Sigbold will dominate him hardcore. I mean, he could probably beat Sigbold in a pretty massive margin of like 80 to 20%. Or Sigbold could beat him in that way, sorry. So here in the back, halberds fighting against the Morngul Haunter. Once again, not a great engagement. A very cool build here by Arrow. I think he was one of the innovators of like using Chaos Warrior halberds in this matchup, and they're actually incredibly strong. Like the Marauders buffer while you buy time for the halberds to close up, and it's really, really tough to shut down that many halberds with, you know, oftentimes crabs and Morngulls and things like that are used against Chaos, right, to stop the infantry rush. So the halberd tech is really smart. Morngull Hunter and Noctualus here a little bit trapped up. You can see the Aspiring Champions are also beating on the Hard Knock Life, and here we have Marauder Horsemen sitting quite happily. All 4 Marauder Horsemen are actually in okay shape, and they'll probably be able to punish Noctualus pretty good here. So we will see. I'm pretty sure Sigbold would dominate a Morngull Hunter too. He's pretty damn scary. I mean, his leadership right now is 116. He's got perfect vigor. You know, on top of that, he does have regeneration and slippery, heroic killing blow. And this is the classic fate of Count Noctualus, to be surrounded by a million Marauder Horsemen. Here they come. Mirror Guard, Chaos Warrior Halberds, and Aspiring Champions. All, you know, the whole family's here, man. And they're going to be getting a nice little surround here and potentially dropping some big bows here on Count Noctualus, who is critical binding. -2, which means he is now going to be taking 10 HP per damage and crumbling. And good night, sweet prince. Sigbold is going to be drawing first blood in the Great Legendary Lord Faction War. So Noctualus has taken 1 defeat in round 1, and Sigbold has gotten his first victory. So all Sigbold really needs to do to advance is get 1 more victory. And Noctualus will need to win his other 2 games in the group stages to potentially advance on. We have a couple donations coming in from Hammond. He says, Wololo, are you doing a little bit of Age of Empires theology there? Hopefully Big makes it through. Thank you so much, man. Hammond, appreciate the donation. Poison Ducky, your group stage will be going up probably on Thursday. Don't worry. With Poison Ducky here in chat representing Eltharion the Grim in this particular tournament, which is quite cool. Yes. So there you have it. So if you take a look, Sigvald's value, probably pretty good. Yeah, 1,300, not bad. I mean, he's full health, right? So, you know, clearly it's fine. 1,100 on the Burning Headcaster. Aspiring Champs usually don't pay for themselves, but none of them died. Halberds did great, though. Look at this one, man. 1,200 on this bad boy, 800. Yeah, the other ones were just kind of chasing shit. But, like, if you look at this Chaos Army, like, everything is pretty healthy considering the circumstances. But, yeah, it was a solid performance for sure. Sigbold really, in many ways, probably partially carried that. Killing the Morngull Hunters and just being a constant pressure piece that, like, nothing in this army is good against Sigbold, except the Haunters. Like, 2 Haunters could probably double team him, and or like a Haunter with some chaff support. They could probably potentially deal with Sigbold, but it's still tough. Yeah, Noctualus and the Morngull Hunters definitely did not pay for themselves, and it was a valiant effort for sure, but I'm telling you, Aerocrastic's Chaos is very, very scary for most Coast players. I'll tell you what. So that is game 1 here. Now we'll be jumping on over to another game here in this group stage. So let's go back. Of course, bit of a refresher for everyone joining. We have Sigbold, Boris, Alberic, and Count Noctualus. The 2 lords that have the best records after today's stream will be advancing on. Alberic is being played by Parkmap. Newport is playing Boris Todbringer. Energized is playing Count Noctualus. And Aerocrastic is playing Sigbold. So that is a little bit of a refresher there. Hey, Hammond. Thank you for the donations, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Age of Empires, man. I remember that. The Wololo. That was those were the days, huh? All right, next game. Let's load in. Let's do it to it. So we casted that one. That is Warriors of Chaos versus Vampire Coast. And next up, we have Boris, led by Newport, 5886, facing off against Borderlow. It's going to be led by Parkmap, which should be quite a bit of fun. So Empire versus Bretonia. Ooh, that's a pretty interesting build here by Newport. Very cool stuff. And also Parkmap coming in with Alberic. We got trebuchets, we got mortars. My heart says Boris, my brain says Sigbold. We'll see. They're going to end up fighting, though, for sure. It'll happen. It'll happen. All right. So let's load into the match here. And here we go. Boom. All is ready here in the realm. So for the forces of the Sigmarites, well, I guess the more Ulrich up in here because of Boris Todbringer, but nonetheless, the Empire is going to have a front battle line of Spearmen and State Troopers. You don't really need much more against Bretonia, to be honest. We got Boris Todbringer, triple Knights of the Blazing Sun. Very interesting. I can't remember if they're terribly meta here. I mean, I guess against, let's think. Grail Knights do magic damage, so you do have the magic resist there, and they do certainly some pretty good shock damage, but I'm a little bit concerned about how they trade against Questing Knights. I'm pretty sure they'd lose that relatively decisively, but maybe on the charge they could trade well. Who knows? So Frontline's going to be State Troopers. He's got triple Knights of the Blazing Sun, triple Mortar. We have a Deathcaster with Purple Sun. Hell yeah, this guy's a man after my own heart here. But what's really cool about using Boris Todbringer as your Legendary Lord is he heals himself, so you don't need to babysit him as much as you do like a Karl Franz type character. Franz, of course, hits harder, can really be probably more impactful. But in this case, you don't have to bring a Life Wizard to heal up Boris Todbringer, which is very, very cool. And we got an Amethyst Wizard in the back, and that's pretty much it. So now for the forces of the Britonians. It's going to be park map. He's got peasant mobs here in the front. He's got men-at-arms in the back line. He's got Knights Errant, so triple Knights Errant, a lot of anti-infantry, with a couple of questing knights. The more meta thing in this matchup is probably like triple or even quad questing knights, but this seems fine. Trebuchets, peasant archers, a damsel of life, because Alberic does need healing, and it looks like Alberic is going to be on his Pegasus here, so quite cool. So let us know in chat, guys, who are you rooting for? Is it going to be Newport and Boris Todbringer, or is it going to be Alberic de Borderlow and park map? Should be quite a bit of fun. The battle is indeed on. The mortars are raining downtown. Mortars are obviously a good tech piece against the peasant archers, but it looks like he's got some carronades as well, or some cannons, excuse me. Okay, it's actually double great cannon and just a single mortar, so I kind of misread that as I was looking at the armies, but yeah, the great cannons are very meta. Great cannons will be quite good against questing knights. You can see a single cannon shot there actually pounds some Knights Errant and the trebuchets back in the distance, which is certainly very strong. And the boys are back in town. They're moving in. The peasant mobs and the men-at-arms are advancing. I think the Bretonian player here needs to advance with all of his cavalry because the trade probably will be more favorable for the Empire artillery, considering. Although, maybe not. This great cannon is kind of getting pounded by the double trebuchets, it looks like. I guess the mortar isn't really helping in this fight, and the trebuchets are getting some nice rock and lobs here. Here comes the rock lobbers. Pounding in, one-shot hits. Nope, not a single one. Now, Boris Todbringer going to be going in. This is the risk of keeping all your stuff back here, is that Toddy can just go in and pretty much feast on the souls of these poor men-at-arms. They're certainly not having a great time against the Todbringer, who is going to be falling back now. Looks like he's able to get away on his bird here, and he's quite happy for sure. So Boris Todbringer pulling back at this point. You can see that the bowmen, the huntsmen, are going to be advancing up. Huntsmen are pretty cool. I like huntsmen a lot. Started using them against lizardmen to relatively good effect, and yeah, very neat unit. So Alberic does have his Trident ability. If you can find like the Sons of Sigmar, I don't know if they brought them. It looks like it's all basic state troopers, but nonetheless, the Trident ability could like one-shot any state troop if you get a good cast on it. Boris Todbringer moves in there and basically routes off the peasants, which is really good. And the trebuchets are getting broken down by the cannons, so certainly a good call for Bretonnia to advance. If they had sat back and tried to trade for too long, they could have started to take substantially more damage. So here comes the huntsman, shooting into the peasant mobs here and getting some good damage. Peasant mobs are instantly broken. It's not a bad idea for the Empire to kind of break those guys off. It's less bodies, less HP that you really have to kind of push through here in the front. On the flank, it looks like the Bretonnian Knights are coming in for the kill. The questing Knights probably posturing to push back here. I would be very fine as a Bretonian player to push in and fight Knights of the Blazing Sun with questing Knights. It looks like we have a similar engagement here, but a Spirit Leech is going down, overcasted to give it extra range, and it does hit those questing Knights. Now in the front, we do have the Knights Errant charging in. Knights Errant are pretty exceptional against state troops. They can really damage the swordsman here, but Boris Todbringer coming in, man. Not going to let this shit fly. He's pissed, man. His mustache is bristled. He's angry. He's going to be going after those Knights Errant with the help of the Amethyst Wizard, and the brave state troopers of the Empire seem to be holding pretty well here in this engagement. And now come the questing Knights. They appear to be wanting to get in on the huntsmen here, but the huntsmen are going to be falling back behind these spears, although a partial connection there with those questing Knights. But, you know, with the countercharge and the questing Knights being kind of disconjointed, the Knights of the Blazing Sun might actually be able to win that engagement. Now they get a nice charge, and you can see the questing Knights are actually starting to get hammered pretty well, especially considering there is spear support nearby. Now Alberic's going to be jumping in. He's committing a lot of questing Knights to this engagement. Relatively risky considering how many spears are nearby. But nonetheless, if the Bretonians can break this engagement right here and push through, the cannon is kind of open, and they have a couple other opportunities. In the middle, Boris Todbringer just going ham on those Knights Errant. Seems to be doing a good job. And a big purple sun on the other side. I missed that. It eviscerates those questing Knights. Holy shit. It looks like they got like one-shotted by that purple sun. We'll have to check the kill count there on that Amethyst Wizard. Yeah, it looks like he's up to like 40 kills or something. So clearly his purple sun took out a lot of those questing Knights. And with that, the balance of power does go into the favor of the Sons of Sigmar a bit. However, the dual questing Knights were able to defeat the Knights of the Blazing Sun with Alberic's help. But he needs something to shut down this cannon. And now you can see that the Bretonians are going to be grabbing their Knights and going around the flank here and getting ready to kind of press in and maybe run through the cannon, run through the mortars. That would be a pretty value city for sure. So now we have a lore duel of sorts. You can see Alberic is charging into some spearmen, maybe trying to avoid Boris Todbringer by going into the ground there. And here comes Boris Todbringer moving on over. We have a big old fight. Knights of the Blazing Sun, not going to be happy about this. Questing Knights have a ton of AP. They can easily cut through their armor. But with Toddy doing a rear charge, maybe. What's cool about questing Knights that a lot of people don't probably know is that they are immune to psychology because, you know, they're monster hunters and all that stuff. So they're not going to be terror routing to Boris. They will be naturally breaking just to Boris's charge there, which is super clutch because suddenly this whole backline situation is safe, right? Now, Trebuchet's still firing in the back, seem to be getting some good steady damage. I think they're still going after the cannons, which, yeah, I suppose that's not a terrible idea. And here, Knights of the Blazing Sun and Spearmen pushing onto the Peasant Bowmen, although being heavily pursued by Knights Errant, as well as Alberic, who should have the Trident Manon, which does, or the Kraken's Bane, or whatever the hell it's called. He can give a bonus first large to nearby cavalry units. So suddenly the Knights Errant do get that really, really juicy bonus first large, which helps out quite a bit. Balance of Power, though, is pulling in, and it's looking pretty good for the Sons of Sigmar. As you can see, the Britonians are more or less in a bit of a mass exodus. Oh, the Trident's coming down, but I don't think it's going to hit anything. Yeah, it just gives a nice watery splash. Although, hit some Knights of the Blazing Sun, does a little bit, but they have magic resist. They're cool with that. And now, Alberic is being manhandled by Boris Todbringer. His mustache is too alpha for this Bretonian Duke, and you can see that the Bretonians seem to be running out of steam. A couple peasant archers in the back. Their knights more or less have been defeated more by Toddy, mostly, actually. The Knights of the Blazing Sun got some good engagements, but Toddy was really the one to get involved in those cavalry engagements. And the Great Cannons, of course, also probably did some really, really big damage. We'll take a look as the game does progress here. But the Empire Artillery is all still online. Todbringer still going after Alberic. And honestly, if Alberic takes a little bit more damage here, it probably could trigger army losses. Scroll of Shielding's down. He probably is a little bit hesitant about trying to escape here, or maybe is partially surrounded by the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Shield of Thorns also giving him some ward save. And the Trebuchet is actually getting some good damage. You can see the Trebuchets pounding into the Knights of the Blazing Sun now are really starting to make a big difference there. It does allow Alberic to partially escape, but he took too much damage. Toddy able to mustache him down. And that is going to be a victory for the Empire. GG, well played to both players. It was certainly a good, proper scrap. Let's take a look here at the score plates and see how this turned out here. Yeah. So, Toddy, 1100. Yeah, he still had a lot to give, though. And the Knights of the, 800 value here. It must have, the Purple Sun must have made some contact, because he's not going to get 800 value just beating on, Bretonian infantry in the front line. Yeah, Huntsman actually got 1200. It's interesting, like, there's this whole debate between Huntsmen and handgunners. Arguably, the Huntsmen, they have better range, better arcs of fire, not quite as direct, easier to juke. It's curious. Normally in that matchup, I'll use maybe some handgunners, but this seemed to work pretty well. Maybe I'll have to try it out sometime. Knights of the Blazing Sun kind of had some rough trades, but obviously they're going to lose to Questing Knights. But he was able to support well with his Great Cannons and also Toddy and Spirit Leeches, and was able to still trade efficiently in the cav game. Mortars, Great Cannons all did their bit. Alberic tried his best, 800 value on him. Questing Knights kind of got shut down. You can see the value more or less across the board, not too great. But yeah, it was cool, man. I think either player could have won. I just think that the Empire got the slightly better engagements, and that was enough to kind of tilt it over. Happy Festog indeed! Yeah, the Huntsman did good. The Purple Sun was indeed awesome. I agree. The Huntsmen do have bonus first large, correct. They do have the bonus first large. But handgunners have much better AP. So it's interesting. Although against Lizardmen, I've actually preferred Huntsmen lately over the handgunners, simply because of how much more efficient they are dealing with like Pterodons and those kind of harass units. So far in today's tournament, if we're looking at the pod, the Empire has a win, Chaos has a win, and Bretonnia and the Vampire Coast both have one loss. Now, if either Newport or Chaos win their next match, they're more or less guaranteed to advance. Granted, they still have to play all their group stage games, but we're on game 2 right now of 6. Each group stage consists of 6 games, and if there is a very rare occasion of a 3-way tie, they all have the same score, because one person can lose all 3 games, and if that happens, then there can be a 3-way tie. And if that does happen, all 3 players will advance to the single elimination stage. Yep. Very cool stuff indeed. GG. Let's go ahead and get the next game set here. So we'll go to the intro graphic. Again, here are our 4 lords for today's Group F stages of 17 groups. So the alphabet is certainly quite well represented in this tournament with 68 players, I believe. It's either 68 or 69. That's what she said. But it's in that ballpark. I just can't say that without saying that. I'm so sorry. That would be the problem if I was ever like a politician or something, or like a public figure, and that number came up. It would be a struggle if I had to address it. Oh man, I thought that was cool though. That was good. That was a good one. So it's a group event. It's essentially there's 4 lords in each stage, and they each play one another. So Boris will play Alberic, Noctualus, Sigbold. Sigbold will play Noctualus, Alberic, Boris. So they only get to play each lord one time. But yeah, you get the picture. Did I miss anything at the end? No, not too much. No, just the ending. And so it's a 2-stage tournament. So it's group stage followed by single elimination. So once the 2 players advance from the group stage, it goes to single elim, just like Faction War from there. Lady Turin in the house. Yeah, I actually used the Hellblaster volley gun against Bretonnia. It's really, really good. No, I don't, Sage. One of my dreams is like open a hobby store of some sort someday. Oh man, yeah, I'd like to open a hobby store. I mean, I'll do YouTube as long as I can, obviously, you know, but you never know. Like 10, 15 years from now, like, will people still be watching my channel? I don't know. Probably not, you know, so I'll do that. I'd like to work at a game company, like focusing on RTS games. That'd be really fun, or having my own hobby store. That would be like a dream come true also. I will show you guys the brackets after, because if I show you the brackets now, it has spoilers as to this series. No, so this is the first one. The groups aren't being done in any particular order, like A, B, C, D. Like, they're just being done by who finishes first. Because they have a month to finish. The deadline is technically like early February. So these groups just finished quickly, so I'm able to cast these a little bit ahead of time. I'll be a little sad if we don't see Minon's Manly Trident versus Tretch's Wretched Pitchfork, says Lich109. That is the duel of duels, man. That is the duel of duels. So let's get this next game going. So we saw Boris versus Alberic. And now we can see Bretonnia versus Vampire Coast. Let's see if Alberic or Noctualus, both of whom have already received one defeat here. Let's see if one of those guys can get on the board and potentially advance on to the next stage of the tournament. Should be fun. Anthony Boylan says, if you open a hobby store, I'll definitely fly from the UK to be a customer. Hell yeah, dude. That's dedication right there. So yeah, I would love it. I would host all kinds of like leagues and tournaments, and oh, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. I've always wanted to open a hobby store, man. I would do Magic, Warhammer, you know, board games, the whole jam. All right, so here we are in the next battle here in this tournament. It's going to be Alberic and Noctualus fighting for their right to stay here in the tournament. And it says, no, please don't encourage his hobby store dream. I'll be chained there forever and forced to paint minis. You mean teach painting? It'll be great. It'll be great. So, yes, here we are. It's going to be Alberic versus Noctualus. Essentially, whoever loses this battle is more or less going to be eliminated from the runnings here. However, they'll still have a third game to play, so they could ruin somebody else's record, right? After the fact. But whoever loses this battle between Noctualus and Alberic, so it's Energized versus Park Map here, will be getting eliminated from advancing. Now, as far as favorability goes, I think Noctualus probably has a huge advantage against an Alberic type character. It's already a good matchup for the Vampire Coast, and Alberic is here. But that's not to say Alberic can't, you know, deal with Noctualus. He is anti-large, and I think he's on the Pegasus once again, for sure. Yeah. I know, Flaxard, there's some ups and downs about it, but I just love hanging out in you know, hobby stores and things like that. Here's a donation towards your hobby shop, Skinwolf Hobby Shop, Skinwolves Incorporated. If I ever do decide to do one, I'll definitely make a poll on the channel and we can all name it together. That'll be fun. It is a tough matchup for Bretonnia, especially when you don't have the Fey Enchantress and Paladins. Now, for the Vampire Coast, if we take a look, it's going to be Deckhand Mobs, Bombers. It's almost the exact same build we saw before. He's got triple mortars, which is really good to kill Peasant Archers, which are very meta here. He has a Rotting Leviathan and Count Noctualus. So pretty cool. Bombers, Deckhand Mobs, some crabs, some mortars. Life is good. Hell, I don't know. Me and my buddy enjoyed the 2v2 last night against you and Professor. Best Discord in the world if anyone hasn't joined up. Hey man, that's really kind words, and we'll be doing that more often. I'll be grabbing people who are hanging out in the chat rooms and playing some 2v2s and things like that. So that was a great series, especially the second one. Holy shit, that was a game. Yes. Oh yeah. So for the Britonians, Men-at-Arms, Battle Pilgrims quite efficient here. They do die to bombers, but they're really good in high leadership, immune to psychology while their frenzy's active, pretty solid at grinding through such armies. We got Alberic as well with his trident. We do also have a Damsel of Life, and the rest of the army is going to be some Knights Errant, kind of being left in the dreaded tactical reserve. Not really any point in leaving them back here. He does also have the Green Knight back in the shadows, with the Knights of the Lionhearted hiding up in the high ground. So obviously he's going to take a pounding on the advance. This is 100% normal. Granted, if you don't engage everything at once. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of Reaganomics going on here. Yeah, you can see some Reaganomics. Some trickle-down theory. Let's see if these funds are redistributed properly to the peasant class. Doesn't look like it is. The peasants, as usual, are taking the brunt of the punishment, while the royalty here in the back able to take all the wealth and not get shot. But there goes the peasant mobs. You can see they're going to be getting blasted by bombs, but the Battle Pilgrim should be able to get some good penetration. I'd like to see a Manon's Trident. You could potentially use it down the line and kill all the mortar crews. That would actually be pretty strong. But here it comes. Battle Pilgrims moving in on all fronts. Men-at-Arms have gotten in. Knights Errant really sitting in reserve. I'd like to see those guys get a little bit more involved. And now the Green Knight has moved in and started attacking the Zombie Pirate Deccan mobs. Which, ideally, what you want to do with Green Knight is just push him through and just like have him be like a sticky piece on top of Count Noctualus the entire game, right? Knights Errant look like they're going to be Rohirrim charging in, so here they come. The front line of the Vampire Coast is starting to get worn down. Zombie Pirate Deccan mobs taking a little bit of a hammering here. And the Trident Manon, it's going to be going, man. Splashing these zombies with water, which they should be used to, mind you. But that was really good. That actually like one-shotted the Zombie Pirate Polearms here. Now, what would have been even better is if you did that and then followed up with a cavalry charge right into this opening. Granted, there still is, Alberic and Green Knight pushing through, but a cav charge following up with that would have been very, very juicy. So the Britonians are more or less getting some good damage in the front line. Knights Errant taking some damage from the handguns back in reserve. All three mortars still blasting. And the Green Knight looks like he is attacking the bombers there and, getting a little bit of decent damage. Alberic needs to get through, though. Count Noctualus, man, dropping some serious shots on the Knights of the Lionhearted, who need to find a way in. Preferably going up through here. Like, there's a big opening here in this army. And potentially moving down, going after the handgunners. Like, if one unit gets back here and shuts down those 3 artillery pieces, that honestly probably gives the game to Bretonnia. Like, I don't see Vampire Coast recovering from, like, a really deep dive here. If it's done properly, although you can see some of the Knights are kind of getting stuck. Here they're charging into the Deccan mobs and getting quite a bit of damage on impact. And though the balance of power is favored for Coast, I still think we have a very, close, scrappy game on our hand. It's going to be tough to kill a Leviathan for sure. But Green Knight and Alberic are certainly up to the task. And oh, look at this. We have the animated Hulks. I totally forgot they existed. Now those guys are going to be moving in. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them Hulks a-rolling. They're going to be pushing in, man, trying to do some battle. Looks like a Wraithstorm maybe going down on Green Knight. Noctualus certainly has some tools against Green Knight. Currently, he's at 3,100 HP. After Wraithstorm, he is going to be down to 2,700, 2,500, give or take. Not too bad, honestly. But Balance of Power is getting even better here for the forces of the Crab people, as he hasn't been able to get back there and shut down the handguns and different units. Would have been nice to see like a Manon's Trident break the back line and open up those artillery. That, like I said, could have been GG for sure. Here comes Knights Errant charging into the Crabbo. Certainly a little bit of a mistake there, but now they're avoiding that and charging into the gun line, which is good. Get on top of the mortars, get on top of the handguns, and that's going to buy a lot of time for your other units here. As more and more Britonians begin to rally here. Some Scurvy Dogs chasing off Knights Errant in the distance. Very good play there by Energized. And here, the Green Knight and your boy Alberic fighting the good fight, man. Going after those animated Hulks. Noctual is partially surrounded. Some peasants are coming back here. And finally, it looks like Bretonnia is going to be able to shut down some artillery. So this is a good play here by Park Map. Might be a little too late. Might be a little bit too late. And you can see the mortars are down to about 80%. Should potentially be able to finish off at least that mortar team. And now Alberic and the Damsel are going to be jumping onto the handguns, which is good. Honestly, it could become a pretty scrappy game, believe it or not. The Green Knight is an absolute pain in the ass to finish here. Although, if you're able to surround him, yeah, I don't know who's going to get this. This is interesting. Trident's coming down right here, splashing the boys here. The mortar team's getting nice and wet there. That's what she said. And the Black Spot also taking a little bit of a splash. And here comes more cavalry. So Green Knight's in good shape. Bretonnia does have a fair amount of rallying units. Its Balance of Power is coast favored, but it's not like point of no return quite yet. You can see the dreaded animated Hulks are finally being taken down. Unfortunately, Bretonnia wasn't able to get these mortars down in these various, positions, which are really punishing their rallies. Like, all their units that are coming back and trying to rally here are getting blasted. He does have a couple Knights Errant. Like, he's got 22 here. They could come around the back and probably easily kill off these artillery positions. He needs to get something back here. But now he's going for a bit of a goon, a desperation goon, which could pay off. Green Knight is trying to push over here. Alberic does have anti-large, and, even on the Pegasus could probably defeat Count Noctualus. Here comes Green Knight. You know what? This might be a comeback here. Count Noctualus getting triple teamed by the Green Knight and Alberic, and Green Knight actually has anti-large now from the buffs of Alberic, which is a pretty gangster synergy. Granted, the Damsel does get terrified off, which is pretty unfortunate. Bretonnia trying to rally some forces back. And if only they could have gotten these artillery positions down, that would have been incredibly strong. So the Green Knight and Alberic fighting the good fight. Now stuck once again. Noctualus able to juke them. That was a really good catch, though, for sure. The Damsel dropping a heal on those characters. A couple Scurvy Dogs appear to be hunting down the Damsel here. But those mortars, man, are just keeping everything from coming back. There's still a ton of halberds here. Also, I think Rotting Leviathan is at, like, full health. But the balance is kind of close-ish, which is pretty crazy. Does Bretonnia have any more stopping power? I think Green Knight is the main reason why the balance is like that. And here comes the Scurvy Doggos. If Alberic can save this Damsel in distress, that'd be really strong. But she gets attacked. She'll put up a fight for a second. These dogs are crumbling, and here comes Alberic. Might be able to rally her at least. Green Knight getting hit with another Wraith Storm, but looks like it hits the animated Hulks mostly. Working on his Knight moves, yeah. Green Knight at about 90%. That's going to be a lot to kill, although I think the Crabbo plus the amount of halberds here, if Alberic gets like a big juicy trident, I don't remember how many charges of the trident there actually are. That's like how like rarely you see Alberic, but it's kind of like, you know, I thought he was kind of cool this game. Like I thought he was effective, man. Really just the cavalry needed to shut down things a little bit earlier. There was a couple of juicy openings that weren't really capitalized on. Alberic's up to 1900 value. This man is no joke. If he gets like a Trident Manon right down the pipe on top of like all these deckhand mobs, but it looks like he's going to be diving in. Might actually get trapped. And the damsel is being chased down by the remnants here of the scurvy dogs who are actually crumbling. So they may crumble before she breaks. So here in the blob, we got the battle going down. We got the Green Knight. We have Alberic. Yeah, let's check how many charges that freaking Trident has. I can't remember, to be honest. It's only got 2 charges, so he used both, which is unfortunate. So at this point, yeah, I think that Coast will pull this one out, just like through pure attrition, because Alberic's not going to be happy here with all these cheap halberds kind of poking him. Finally, one of the mortar teams is killed here. Yeah. And the Green Knight and company, man, they're grinding it out. Green Knight's a really strong pick actually against the Coast, because if they bring Luther, like they're gonna have a vampire summoner, right? Count Noctualus has Wraithstorm, but like magic damage isn't super prevalent. Sometimes you see Syrenes, which would be helpful, but generally, like I've had many games where I've beaten Vampire Coast because of the Green Knight being like something they can't deal with. I don't know if this is going to be one of them. He's getting some damage here on the Leviathan. We can do a little bit of fast forwarding here in this battle as the scrap rages on. Alberic is broken down by the halberds and the crab. Green Knight getting some decent poke in there, but that's going to take some time. This would be a pretty crazy Green Knight win, but I just don't think it's possible. Like each halberd, even if it only hits him for 1 damage, oh my god, look at, even with the fast forward, look how long this is taking. This is why Green Knight's good here. Like, just like if you don't have proper magic damage, and the Britonian player actually withdraws at that point, probably feeling bad for making his opponent beat on the Green Knight for like half an hour. So, technically, Borderlow, or Alberic, is eliminated from the Legendary Lord Tournament. However, he still has a 3rd game, which means that if he wins his 3rd game, he can take someone else out of the running. So at this point, Park Map basically will be potentially a party ruiner if he's able to, you know, take a win off someone else and drag them down. You guys get the picture. So Energized is 1-1 currently in the Group F stage. Park Map is 0-2. Sigbold is 1 win, and then we also have 1 win on the Boris. So we will see. Yeah, Wicked in chat. Great point. This is why you bring the Spiteful Shot versus Bretonnia. We have a donation from Lord Farquaad. Thank you. It was during the game. Happy birthday, Lord Turn. Thank you, man. It means a lot. Even though it's not my birthday. My birthday is technically July 12th, but I know the meme on the channel. It's strong. So, 2,700 gold value on the Hard Knock Life. Holy shit, that's really good. Crabbo got about 1,100. Mortars all paid for themselves. Handguns did fine. You guys get the picture. Alberic did good, though, too. I mean, Alberic was really, really solid. 2,000 value there. Green Knight got about 1,600. Just the cavalry was a little bit delayed on their proper engagements, but it was still... I love giving Green Knight anti-large. I think that's such a cool synergy. So now let's go back to the intro graphic and load in for the next group here. Alberic certainly got some good value. So let me make sure I got all these games. So we saw Borderlow versus Vampire Coast, which is good. So now technically we have 3 more games here in this pod. We have Alberic versus Sigbold. That is going to be our next game. So Alberic at this point has received 2 losses. This is going to be his 3rd and final game. But if he is able to defeat Sigbold, it actually gives a good chance for his opponents to potentially, surpass the Scion of Slaanesh. So we'll load into this game here. I know, Agnostic Beaver, it's true. I'm feeding the fire, man. So, like I said, individuals who have, yeah, you guys will see. If you get 2 wins, you're more or less guaranteed to advance in each group stage. Yeah. Alberic has paid the troll toll. But he is back and looking to claim vengeance on the Dark Lord Sigbold. So let's go ahead and load into this battle, guys. And I almost clicked on the spoiler. That would have been bad. Here we are. Let's look at it, man. Let's have some fun. So for the forces of Bretonnia, this is going to be Bretonnia Park Map against the Warriors of Chaos. Currently, as you guys have seen, Alberic is 0-2 if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I believe so. Yes. And Sigbold is 1-0 at this point. So if Sigbold wins this, he's more or less guaranteed to advance on past the group stages. But if Alberic's able to win it, it's going to put Sigbold at a 1-1 score, which means if he then loses his next game, Sigbold could be eliminated from the tournament as well. So for the Bretonnian army, if we look here, it's going to be men-at-arms backed up by a shit ton of questing knights, which have always been very, very good against chaos. Backed up by peasant bowmen with the pox arrows. And man, Parkmap really likes his Alberic on the steed here, which is cool. He's got a Heaven's Caster with Uran and Thunderbolt. Man, what a cool build. Yeah, the dreaded Sigbold here. Sigbold's going to have Marauders, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, a shit ton of Chaos Warrior Halberds, because against Britonian Cavalry, why wouldn't you? Armored Chaos Trolls in the back, and it looks like 4 Chaos Warhounds with Poison, most likely to chase down Peasant Archers and or countercharge Cavalry once they've attacked your infantry to keep them from getting away. And there is going to be a Spirit Leech Caster. So again, this is going to be Aerocrastic here on the Warriors of Chaos facing off against Parkmap on Sigbold. And hopefully you guys don't mind, there's no scoreboard. You know, it's just like the games are going so quickly and so rapid fire. I guess if you guys do leave feedback that you would rather see scoreboards, let me know and I can do that. So here comes Sigbold. The boys are jumping in. Aerocrastic, of course, a Slanesh man himself. Sigbold and the big Dragon Ogre Shaggoth going to be dropping some fat beats by Dre here on these men-at-arms, and they're getting pounded pretty good. But really, you need to get those good questing knight engagements. It's certainly a much harder matchup to win. Normally Bretonia, I would say, is even slightly favored against Chaos if they're able to bring Fey Enchantress. But without Fey Enchantress, you don't have that Mortis Engine effect to kill all the Chaos Warrior Halberds as easily. And it looks like we're going to get a big, ugly fight here, which is a little bit dicey for Bretonia, to be honest, because they are fighting in trees, which means that there's going to be a penalty to the Cavalry. The Halberds will be very happy with their anti-large. And the Questing Knights with Shield of Thorns are getting some damage, but just a little bit against Marauders. However, there is an onslaught of Peasant Bowmen with the Pox Arrows shooting in, getting some nice damage against the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. At this point, you can see it's starting to get about 10% HP, and it'll continue to add up there. I guess it wasn't as nice as I thought, but, you know, it's still nothing to laugh at. Although maybe they're shooting the Trolls. Ah, okay, it looks like they were shooting the Trolls there. So Bretonia definitely wants to pull up their Peasant Archers in the back. They have a couple Pox boys back here that need to move up and start kind of raining on this Chaos army, while they kind of inundate them with chaff. Chaos Marauders here being rode down. Certainly would be a good goal for Bretonia to try and break down the Chaos Chaff and then surround the Halberds with Peasants and cycle charge them in the back. That's probably honestly their best bet. But so far, I think Aerocrastic is completely content to take this fight here in the trees. Arrow is Warriors of Chaos and Parkmap is Bretonia. So the Poison Hounds lurking in the shadows. You can see they're here, they're ready, they're hungry. He's just waiting, I guess, for opportunities, because if he tries to outflank with the Chaos Warhounds, there's like Knights Errant, so I think he's waiting for the Knights Errant to be fully committed, and then from there the Peasant Doggos will advance up. But the Chaos Warrior Halberd's doing the work of the Dark Gods right now, man. Sometimes you'll see Bretonian players tech into Foot Squires these days, because Foot Squires actually trade super efficiently with Chaos Warrior Halberds. But Sigbold and the Chaos Warriors are really holding this front line down. Granted, the Shaggoth is taking quite a bit of damage. Alberic very conservative here. And yeah, honestly, just pull back if you're Bretonia. Just get a ton of Peasant Bowman fire. Just really start peppering into these dudes. Maybe get some rear charges. Honestly, it wouldn't be terrible to see some Questing Knights or Knights Errant go around the back and maybe start pressing into the Chaos Warhounds with poison. So we will see. It is a double mage. It's a Damsel of Life here with the Uran and Thunderbolt, which I wonder if that's like a tech piece to snipe like Chosen Halberds or... yeah, I don't even know like what that's for. It's a spell you don't see terribly often. So now this is going to get a little bit scary for Bretonia because the Hounds are massing here. So what Arrow's going to try and do is buffer out the Knights Errant, like push them back with Halberds, and then just use the Warhounds as like vultures to clean up the scraps as the Chaos Warrior Halberds kind of advance here. Halberd's still in great shape though across the board. These ones are taking a little bit of a hammering from a dual Questing Knight charge, but so far Spirit Leeches are responding. The Halberds are dragging down a fair amount of those Questing Knights. Balance of power is relatively even at this point. It's not, you know, it's not decided by any stretch of the imagination. I would say as far as the current battle is going, I think that Chaos is in a relatively commanding position, but that's not to say Bretonia with some good engagements can't get this one back. So here comes Alberic. Okay, nice isolation here on the Shaggoth by Parkmap. He's able to run in there, and the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is getting crumped a little bit. There are some Knights coming in, and of course they will be given the bonus first large against the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, which is taking a lot of damage, but Sigbold is more than happy, I'm sure, to beat on Alberic and give him the business. But now Chaos Warhounds are pushing in, and the commitment of those Knights to try and lock down the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is going to be met with some firm resistance there from those Chaos dudes. And yeah, now that many of the Knights are kind of getting broken down, oh, the dreaded Trident does a little bit of damage. It actually kills those Warriors with Halberds right there. Not bad. Certainly doing some decent work. So here comes the Chaos Warhounds Poison pushing through. They're now on top of the Peasant Bowmen, and you can see as soon as that kind of engagement went well for Chaos, the Peasant Bowman line is more or less unprotected now. Aerocrastic has so many Chaos Hounds in reserve. he's more or less going to be able to push through and just feast on all these peasant bowmen's souls and send them to the Age of Sigmar, where they are not represented at all. So, cool stuff. Prince Sigbold the Magnificent here. Slippery, heroic killing blow. 780 weapon strength. He is juiced and ready to get slippery and nasty and do all that kind of stuff like this. So here they come. Chaos Warhounds with poison getting in there. And now it's looking even more grim bones for the Britonians. They more or less just have some spearmen at arms and men at arms and things like that. So it's going to be hard for them. Chaos Warhounds with poison, just bouncing. Going to be trapping in that damsel right there. And there are some knights trying to peel them off, but it's only 7 questing knights, so not a whole lot they're going to be able to do here. And good night, sweet princes. I think the Britonians, at least this wave of Britonians, will potentially be eliminated. We do, of course, have players for every single lord. So there's a Fey Enchantress, there's a King Bluin. The Fool. Excuse me. Oh, man. Drank some water, went down the wrong pipe there. One sec, guys. Goodness gracious. But there is someone representing every single lord in this tournament. So there's going to be more Britonians and more chaos, and you guys get the picture. But Alberic is going to be meeting his end at the hands of the Scion of Slaanesh. Sigbold getting in there, his scintillating form, crumping Alberic. Of course, Alberic is not really a duelist against foot character. He's more of like a little kind of hit and run character on this particular mount. Chaos advancing, and the end times have come to Borderlow, as they will be eliminated from this particular running. But a glorious effort nonetheless. He was fighting some really good players. You also have to remember, he's facing Aerocrastic, who's arguably one of the best players in the entire community. He had to face, Energized, who's an extremely high-level tournament player. And ParkMap is a very good player as well. Has performed well in tournaments, I'm sure. But again, tough competition in this event here. And there you have it. So we have a donation from Weird Vids. Feel like Warhammer should be getting more attention to esports, thus the current esports trend is quite dry. Plus, is Sigbold naked under that armor? Probably. He's into that kind of shit, man. He's into that kind of stuff. Oh shit, yeah, we forgot Alistair the White Lion, although he's not a multiplayer legendary lord, so that's why he's not there. I think, no, nobody's playing him, no. Yeah. Weird Vids, thank you. Yeah, it would be cool. RTS is kind of taking a bit of a backseat on esports. It's harder to get into, right? Than just like a simple MOBA and things like that. But yeah, I hope that the future is bright. So, on that note, Aerocrastic has won 2 games. He's more or less guaranteed to advance. He still will have another game. ParkMap has been eliminated from his group stage with those 3 games, but nonetheless, he put up a valiant effort. He brought some good memeage with Alberic on his steed, and his deeds will be remembered. Yes. Oh, Pone, you're playing one of your matches now. So Professor Pone in chat is representing Imric. And Pone, who's in your group? So in Professor Pone's group, I think he's got Krokar, he's got Imric, Balthazar Gelt, and then I think Aranessa or something in your group. I can't remember. I think there's a Vampire Coast in your group. Naya Sancta. Some Prime Edibles, some McNuggies, and some Turin. What a day. I got you covered. I'm going to keep you entertained for at least another probably hour and a half here. We'll see. We have 2 more games, and then from there we'll close out. I'll play a couple ladder battles, and then we'll do like an FFA at the very end, which will be quite a bit of fun. So, yeah. Professor Pone is representing Imric, though. He had a really good game. He had a fun game against Dov, so him and Dov played because Dov is representing Balthazar Gelt. Dov plays. After I finished getting everyone set for the tournament, I was like, wait a second, I should have played in this. This would have been so much fun. Well, Sigbold's good, but he's not good in every single matchup, JTH. Arguably, Warp Chicken is better in more matchups, probably. You know who else is? Papa Palpatine is a really good Chaos player, and he's currently representing Kolek. And some of his games are really fun, too, man. It's such a cool format. It's basically, yeah, it's like a huge faction war, essentially. And Aerocrastic was playing Sigbold before Sigbold was good. He was memeing with Sigbold for the past, year and a half, 2 years, before Sigbold got buffed. He deserves it. All right. Let's head back in and get ready for the next game, my friends. All right. So we saw that game. And, all right. So this next match is going to be the Vampire Coast with Energized facing off against Newport. Energized is currently, let me see. Yeah, Energized is currently 1-1. So if Energized, this is an important one because both Boris has 1 win at this point. So if Boris wins this, he's more or less advancing. But if Energized wins it, he is going to be pushing up as well. So this is a kind of an eliminator right here. So it's going to be Energized on Vampire Coast and Newport on the Empire. So Boris Todbringer against Vampire Coast. Sigbold's portrait always seems unassuming considering... Yeah, no, I know. For sure. Oh, I play quite a bit, Lawrence. Yeah, I play in a handful of tournaments. Not like the really long ones, but if there's like a small form or a Swiss tournament, I'll play in them. Yeah. All right. So, here we have it. It's Boris Todbringer versus Noctualus in the Legendary Lords Tournament, Group Stage F, one of 17 groups. There's going to be a shitload of content coming out over the course of the next month or so. And then we have the World Championships coming up. Man, things are going to get hog wild. BCL, too much probably. I should probably tone it down a little bit, although you guys probably enjoy it. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. For the forces of the dreaded Newport, he's got 1,000,000 huntsmen, which is very, very meta. Huntsmen are exceptional against coasts. They kill monsters, they kill guns, they kill bombers. They do it all, man. They can snipe lords. We have Boris Todbringer. And of course, well, Boris, he has to play Boris. That's the one rule. In every game, you just have to bring that legendary lord, but your entire army can change it. So it's not like a tabletop style tourney or anything like that. We got swordsmen and spearmen in the back. We got Empire Knights backed up by Empire Knights and Empire Knights. And that's good because Empire Knights fight scurvy dogs. They defend and allow the huntsmen to really carry here. So we got a firecaster as well, burning head, flaming sword. And that's it for that Empire army. Quite nice for sure. And now for the Vampire Coast, it's going to be a bomber front line. Look at this by Energized. He's got all bombers, double deck gunner. It looks like some carronades as well and mortars. So 2 mortars, 1 carronade. And the dreaded animated hulks. What is this? Why are people bringing animated hulks? If he wins with hulks, definitely some big points. And of course, his lord is going to be Count Noctualus here. So we will see how this goes. We will see, my friends. All hail the mighty. So many tournaments, I know. All you need is an SFO tourney. If I'm doing a mod tournament, it's going to be like a meme one, like with like halflings and things like that. You know, because I do prefer the vanilla experience. I think the game is balanced for that. So in terms of multiplayer, so yeah. So the Huntsman certainly going to be a good counter here. Just like shoot the bombers, don't advance on them. But on that same note, there's also mortar fire coming in. So the Huntsman could take some heavy damage from the mortars. I currently finished painting one of my Demogryph Knights last night for my Empire Tabletop Army. I stuck with the Knights of War theme, so they're wearing black and steel, and they have like gold highlights, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Anyways, here, very rough engagement here initially. A big mistake from Energized, leaving the deck gunners that close. The bombers should have been advancing up, because then they could push the Huntsman back and allow the deck gunners to shoot, but losing these deck gunners early is really painful. They're one of the squishiest units in the entire game, right? Yeah, and look, Boris Todbringer's just like rampaging here. He just gives no shits. He's like running through the bombers, and the haggard animated hulks are trying to get in there and do some damage, but Park Map seems to be pretty familiar with this matchup. The Huntsman blasting in, getting some fat, thick damage there on those deck gunners, and now come the Empire Knights hammering into the summon, buying some time for the Huntsman to pull back and potentially not take too much damage. But yeah, both deck gunners being gone is a really, really painful experience for sure. Somebody in chat asking who is playing Helman Gorst. Wicked D is playing Helman Gorst. In Wicked's group, it's Helman Gorst. We have Wulfric the Wanderer. We have, I think, there's some sort of a Druchid Lord in there, and I can't remember the other one. You're going to have to let me know, Wicked. So the deck gunners get crumped pretty quick, although all his artillery is online, and now Noctualus is starting to press in relatively well. The mortars are forcing these units back. We're seeing some good summons. This is all stuff that should have happened a little bit earlier, because then those deck gunners would still be alive. In the backfield, some scurvy dogs from Energized, and the Vampire Coast does try and get into the Huntsman line, but the Brave Knights of Sigmar, the Empire Knights, are able to push those guys back, and yeah, we'll crumble them, no problem. Some bombers are advancing, but for the most part, the bombers have been relatively ineffective here. A couple swordsmen will, you know, get kind of blasted there, Danny DeVito style. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It looks like the bombers probably will crumble down before they do too much. And the Chad Hulks, the animated Hulks, are now going to be the new focal point of the Huntsman fire, so talk about a good target for Huntsman. Those animated hulks will die rather quickly to the Huntsman fire, but some dank juking there from Energized is able to pull those hulks back. And, you know, if animated hulks are going to trade well with one thing, it's going to be Empire Knights. They'll actually do pretty well at fighting those guys. And in Vampire Coast defense, though, they did have a relatively rough engagement early, with their deck gunners getting killed almost instantly. All their artillery's online, and they have been able to fend off a fair amount of harass, but, you know, Toddy's pissed, man. He is going to be causing a lot of problems. Noctualus kind of waddling about, trying to, you know, push back where he can. Bombers here getting hit by Empire Knights and focused down by Huntsmen. And the animated hulks are doing it to it, man. They are doing it to it. If I were to play in this tournament, I would want to play Volkmar, for sure. Volkmar is one of my favorite lords to use. I also wouldn't mind playing like Luther Harkin or like Count Noctualus or you know, Aranessa. If I were going to play like a meme lord, I'd probably want to play like a Lithanar or something. Yeah. Like I love those kind of like ranged like foot lords that have bows, like Marcus Wolfhart. Actually, Marcus is one I'd love to play too. Marcus is being represented by Hero of Rome. Yes, Ben the Barman is playing Tretch. Anyways, back to the battle. Balance of power is actually pretty damn close. It looks like the Empire has taken a little bit of a beating, and obviously ammunition is a factor, and all the artillery is still shooting, it would appear. Carronades going into the Toddy, but it looks like Toddy is in mortal combat, and he's not happy about this situation. You can see that Boris Todbringer probably wants to get out of here, but he's fully surrounded by the Hulks here, although the mortar fire might actually free up Toddy on accident. Animated Hulks hit pretty hard. Boris Todbringer getting a little bit low. He's shaken. Looks like a Wraith Storm's coming down. Ooh, this could be a nice comeback for Energized. If he's able to actually finish off Toddy or trap him or rout him in a substantial fashion, nice Wraith Storm. I mean, he's trapped. He can't really dodge that. Big damage coming in. Could this be the dreaded Coast comeback? Obviously a very rough start there in the early game, but the surround and the Hulks are trying to hard carry this. Toddy is broken. Who is playing Volkmar? Talaxon Soothsayer is playing Volkmar, so that he's going to be a huge contender for sure. That's going to be very, very scary. Boris Todbringer at 39 leadership, 36, able to pull away, and this is what's cool about Toddy. He's a strong, independent Electro count. He's going to be able to heal up. He's back already, and his healing cap is at pretty much full, so he can heal up to a pretty good fighty amount. Now, Energized has done a good job not letting anything get to his back line. You can see everything is more or less being screened, and the artillery is still shooting. And the last of the zombie pirate polearms are getting focused down by the Huntsmen here, but the Huntsmen are still taking some good progressive damage. Yeah, look at that, man. Shaken and stirred, but able to punish those zombie pirate deckhand mobs. But yeah, maybe need to spread these guys out a little bit. Hard to say, but nonetheless going well. Boris Todbringer could probably jump back here, maybe go after some of the artillery positions. These Empire Knights could also push through. We have 27 and 17 right here. These knightly orders maybe pushing their way up and through onto the Carronades could be huge. The mortars are the one thing here that can actually counter the Huntsmen. Everything else is kind of weak against them. This is nice, though, getting rid of the Vampire Coast mobility here for the Empire. It does open up a lot of harass. And now the Huntsmen are switching onto the Hulks, but a nice invocation going down by Energized. The dreaded Hulks are fighting the good fight. You can see, yeah, it looks like it's getting them back up and running. 10 models there of 12, and the other one appears to have 12 of 12. So still more or less full fighting capacity, but now this is where things get a little bit scary for Coast. Now that there's some Empire cavalry shutting down the mortars, it's going to free up a lot of Huntsman pressure, although it looks like a Roth's Moondial was used by Energized. Very good play there. He uses it on top of a very healthy unit of Huntsmen, and now the other Huntsmen are being pressured in. So Toddy, if those animated Hulks can get another surround on Toddy, who knows, man? Stranger things have happened. And here they come. They got their anchors out and their cannons that are strapped to their arms, and they are certainly beating down these Empire Knights that are trying to finish off this cannon crew. Although the Huntsmen are supporting in the back. Huntsmen shooting into the animated Hulks. A very, very scrappy game. I actually thought, seeing the initial aspects of the deck gunners dying, I thought this was going to be super one-sided, but this has become a really, really close match. So Count Noctualus moving over here, going after Boris Todbringer, which if you can shank Toddy a little bit, that certainly will give him some legs here in this fight. But the one thing for Coast is they're kind of running out of steam on the battlefield. State Troopers generally will defeat deckhand mobs depending on the leadership and different things like that. These Hulks are down for the count. We have a Carronade left. We have a single mortar left, but those Spearmen are doing an excellent job, although these Spearmen probably will be going down. We'll see. 22 leadership. Maybe the Spearmen will win that. Hard to say. A lot of the Huntsmen are coming back now, though, which is a huge problem for Noctualus, and you can see the balance of power is ebbing back in the favor of Empire. It actually was looking pretty good for Coast there for a while, with Boris Todbringer kind of getting worked down. But now the Huntsmen are back. Pretty good ammunition. A nice Carronade shooting into the Bright Wizard. But it looks like that Carronade will be maybe going down before it's able to rip another volley here. We'll see. Yeah, we will see. Yeah, if the deck gunners had been a little bit deeper set and the bombers had advanced, I think this could have been a pretty solid game for the Vampire Coast. But in this case, I think Vampire Coast is going to probably be paying the troll toll, as Toddy will be able to surround. Burning Head coming in, probably going to roast some State Troopers. But Noctualus is, certainly a raid boss, but he's not going to be able to solo cycle charging Toddy with State Troops. That is probably going to be too much for that. And if the Empire does win this, that means that he'll be 1-1 if I'm not mistaken. And that means that the Vampire Coast will have been eliminated with a 1-2 record overall, having lost to both Sigbold as well as the Empire here. But we'll see. Not 100% over yet. We'll do a little bit of fast forwarding, because obviously cycle charging with Noctualus is always fun to watch. A ton of ammunition. Bright Wizard also has Flaming Sword of Ruin, which means he could get some sick fire damage against the Hard Knock Life here. And here comes Toddy. Nice Burning Head pushing in. Not waiting any longer. Looks like the zombie pirate deckhand mobs are going to be crumbling down. A nice proper 10-minute game, man. I love it. Ton of ammunition. Yeah, now they're blasting. You can see the Flaming Sword of Ruin going down. I can't remember if Nocti is weak to fire. He is. So that's going to give a little bit of a boon. Probably would have been stronger maybe to give it to Boris, just so he gets that big AP damage in there with the fire bonus. But you could even just pull the spears away right now and shoot Noctualus. This is the classic dreaded Vampire Coast ending that they all fear. A little bit of juking going on. He's got some spice, dude. But Toddy is more than happy to just cycle charge, because he's, of course, attacking with all the bows and Noctualus is just, you know, a foot character. He can only do so much there. Invocation going down does kind of pull the balance of power back, which is hilarious. But Toddy, you know, he's down, dude. Flaming Sword of Ruin is now active on him. Man, Noctualus is so difficult to kill. Looks like he was banking summons in the back pocket too. Look at this going up to the freaking 12-minute mark. We thought it was over at like 9. And the summons are doing good. But like, you know, there's still a ton of troops. This is the proper play too. The Empire, like letting things rest and just like committing a couple units at a time. That is the proper way to do this for sure. Noctualus is weak to fire. I can't remember. He's got, yeah, it could be the Kindle Flame. Let's actually pause that and check. Yeah, I don't think Nocti's weak to fire because he doesn't have regeneration. He has the hunger, which doesn't make you weak to fire, but that was Kindle Flame, yeah. So, yeah, there it goes, man. Boris going to be continuing to hammer in while Noctualus acts as Count Noctualus does. And here it comes. That should be the death thrust as Boris Todbringer comes in and karate chops Count Noctualus. GG, well played. That was a game. Dov is playing in the tournament. He's playing Balthazar Gelt. He's in a different group, though. So his Dov plays, his games will not be today. So Boris Todbringer is going to be advancing. So far, yeah, I think is he going to be advancing? No, wait, he may be. I can't remember how the other games went. I probably should make a more fancy scoreboard here. So we saw a Boris game. No, actually, no, maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. So, 2,600 on Boris. Huntsman value, really good. 1,300, 700, 1,200. Very, very solid stuff. And the Brave Knights of the Empire did their job. This is a very, like, you know, solid meta-ish build against Vampire Coast. The Deck Gunners probably cost the game here. They got, like, 0 value, and they were a really good tool at, like, shooting at a range against Huntsman and sniping Boris and the caster, and them dying quickly. But it was pretty cool to see the Hulks actually generate value. Look at this. Animated Hulks, 795. And then we do also have, yeah, look at that. 1,000 value on those ones. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's like an interesting tech piece against, like, Empire Knights, right? Just, like, cheap. Yeah, and that's that. Boris beat Alberic, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Boris has won too, I believe. He beat Alberic, he beat Noctualus. He should be advancing on. But the last game is actually going to be the battle of the two top lords in this pot. So we'll be jumping on over here in a second. So intro graphic. Boom. Headshot. GG, well played. The Vampire Coast has been eliminated. Alberic has been eliminated. And now we have the duel between the top lords here in this bracket. It's going to be Newport facing off against Aerocrastic. So it's going to be Empire against Warriors of Chaos. Grombrindle is playing as Grombrindle. I think so. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, multiplayer is really fun in this game. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm a little bit biased. It's like my jam, but... Yeah, but Boris advances, and Sigbold, I believe, has 2 wins also. So they'll both be advancing, but nonetheless, they still have to fight because there are tiebreaker, you know, situations, right? Like, you know, that could come into play, so they'll have to fight. So more or less a ceremonial game here. So let's go ahead and load in. It's going to be Aerocrastic leading the Warriors of Chaos against the Sons of Sigmar and Newport. So we got Boris Todbringer facing off against Aerocrastic and Sigvold. Let's jump in. So we got a donation from the Chosen Juan. I love that. He says, hey, Turin, longtime fan. Sorry, I missed this. You said several times that you're trying to add high elves to your main factions and competitive. Could you elaborate? You know, their playstyle suits me to an extent. Like Silverhelms or Empire Knights. They have state troop kind of infantry. They just feel similar to Empire for me. So that's why the Chosen Juan. And Bowsen, love your vids. Watch you every night. And it helps me sleep, relaxing, and entertaining. Keep up the great work. I got you, man. I got you. Bowsen. I will help you sleep here at night with the fat casts here. Yeah, Zero's playing in the tournament here in chat. He's representing Sartorial. So for the Empire here, we got Demogryph Knights with halberds. We got some Empire Knights. So it looks like handgunners backed up by Boris Todbringer and a single great cannon, which is quite strong. Handgunners, cannons, demis, that's all good, right? And here for the Warriors of Chaos in Aerocrastic, we got Marauders. We have Chaos Warrior halberds here. We got a Manticore Caster of Death with Spirit Leech up there. Sigvold, Poison Hounds, double Dragon Ogre, and some trolls. Pretty cool army. Yeah, double Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Technically, they do trade, or excuse me, basic Dragon Ogres. They do trade pretty well with the, you know, Demis and Empire Knights and things like that. So I'll be dropping, after this game is over, I'll be showing you guys basically the group stage and showing you a summary of the games that you guys have seen here today. So we'll go from there. Handguns shooting up in the high ground. Chaos Sorcerer of Death juking about, trying to do his best. But nonetheless, the handgunners are shooting, and nice juking by Arrow. Of course, Arrow is a very savvy tournament player, so he's going to be someone who's very good at juking. Sigbold's personal bodyguard going to be going in a very one-sided fight to smash these poor state troopers. They're fully armored and very, very elite facing off against these basically farmers and not even farmers, probably just, you know, citizens of the Empire. Although I guess the state troops are somewhat disciplined, and they're holding well. They're doing fine for Sigmar. We do have some grenade launchers shooting in, and they've done some okay damage against the Mirror Guard. And now Toddy and his spearmen are engaging against Sigbold, and handgunners are more or less in good shape. Empire Knights on the flank could easily charge into these marauders and probably break those guys down, and it would appear the Great Cannons are shooting through the tree at the Dragon Ogres. And now Newport has adjusted pretty well. He's shooting his handgunners into the Dragon Ogres lurking in the shadows, which are currently pursuing these Empire Knights, which try to perhaps dive into the back line, get on those hounds. I'm not quite sure. But here comes the countercharge of the Empire. The Shield of Faith is down. Soulfire Bombardment. That's a nice armored push there by the Sons of Sigmar. Going to be holding back the Mirror Guard and buying time for the Halberds to move in. Halberds will do okay. They have okay AP values and also will be very efficient against Dragon Ogres. But the Demis need to pull back. Now they're getting focused pretty heavily, and I think the Dragon Ogres will be counterpiling in, and that could be a very, very messy engagement there. So here comes Demogryph Knights with Halberds. They're moving back. Able to stabilize. No healing in this build, I don't think. Is there? No, there's a Jade Wizard in the back, so he does have an Earthblood, which is certainly quite nice. Grenade launchers of Sigmar doing excellent work, blasting the Chaos Marauders, which normally would defeat Spearmen, but the grenade launchers giving that explosive support to really punish those guys down. In the backfield, a decent opportunity for the Empire. They could maybe turn their handgunners onto the Chaos Sorcerer here, pull back Boris and try and do that. The Empire Halberds are fighting the Mirror Guard, which do have the aspect of the Dread Knight, so they actually cause terror right now, which is quite scary. That means that the Halberds, if they get a little bit too beat up here, might actually break off. But a nice Earthblood there, able to really buffer that Empire front line. But the Empire is sweeping this side pretty well. You can see the State Troopers here getting broken down. The Chaos Warrior Halberds are getting broken down. And Empire Knights and Demis are now rushing through the Chaos flank. And Chaos, of course, is doing quite well in this flank as well. But the Halberds are holding. And it seems like the Empire is the one that's kind of bunker busting the front line engagements. A little bit hard to say. Toddy's back up in the sky, eyeing that Chaos Sorcerer with his one angry eye. And Sigbold able to break off that Warrior Priest of Sigmar. Certainly a nice catch. But this is where the game could get a little bit ugly here for the Empire. As the Chaos Warhounds are able to get into the handgunner lines, Demogryph Knights of the Empire are being pulled back. Spirit Leech down, but nonetheless, that should buy a little bit of time. Even if those Empire Knights, or excuse me, handgunners do break, the Demogryphs maybe will buy time for them to retreat and rally. It's hard to say. Definitely bringing Toddy back here. This actually isn't bad. Those Dragon Ogres, are just ogres everywhere. Those Dragon Ogres are being swarmed by the Demis and taking quite a bit of damage. Some Spearmen are moving in, and Empire seems to be forming like a new battle line. I'm not sure what the cannon's shooting. I think it's shooting at the Dragon Ogres over here. But this is a very, very close scrap. Clearly, these players showing why they're the top two in Group F here and putting up a great fight against one another. This one could certainly go either way. So Dragon Ogres are terrified and broken. Chaos Warhounds are broken off. Great Cannon is still functional. One unit of handgunners is in more or less perfect health, and they're ripping some beautiful shots into those ogres as they try and retreat there. And these handgunners might actually come back. Here we got some State Troopers in the backfield. It looks like Aerocrastic was able to get a good engagement there, breaking down Empire Knights. His Trolls are healing. His Deathcaster is coming back. We got a really, really spicy game, man. Halberds in the front, still grinding away, man. Warrior Priest has come back for one last call to Sigmar before he is slain by the Denizen of Slaanesh. It looks like he's going to be taken out there. But the Soulfire Bombardment did some good work against Mirror Guard. But yeah, the Warrior Priest is broken there and running. Here comes the Grenade Launchers. Yeah, I remember that trailer. You guys remember the Mark of Chaos game where it has like the Warrior Priest battling the Bloodthirster? That was so cool. That Warrior Priest was definitely unbreakable. So handgunner's still going, but now Arrow's going to be jumping on them with the Sorcerer. There are some spears nearby, but Chaos is resurging, and now there's a fair amount of Chaos troops coming in. You can see that the Chaos Warrior Halberds and Hounds are really starting to make their way in. Toddy currently is trying to help against the Chaos Warrior Halberds here, but Arrow actually with a very cool usage of the aspect of the Dread Knight to give them ITP to make sure they don't break. The insane troll posse. And yeah, the back line of the Empire is starting to get pushed a little bit. Great Cannon still firing. There's nothing protecting it, so that means Arrow could grab these Warhounds and perhaps collapse on that Great Cannon right there. I always love watching Empire vs. Chaos. They always are like, the battles are always just so epic. So let us know in chat, what are your predictions at this point? You guys think it's going to be Empire or Chaos favorite? It's a dead even game. Toddy currently going for the kill here on this Chaos Sorcerer of Death. Able to get some good HP damage. Demogryph Knights are broken, but the Great Cannon blasting those Chaos Trolls. Man, oh man, that one shot just ripped off like 3 or 4 Trolls. That was a beauty right there, man. That was a beauty indeed. So here, Toddy once again hunting down the Chaos Sorcerer. The Grenade Launchers have also been MVPs this game. I would imagine Grenade Launchers well over 1,000 gold value. Been able to punish Marauders, and now going after Mirror Guard, going after Chaos Warrior Halberds here. Must feel pretty good, but yeah, like I said, those doggos in the back are going to be a big problem. They were able to shut down the other handgunners. There are a couple Empire Knights going after them, but maybe you got to bring Toddy back here or send the very beat-up Warrior Priest to try and help. Sigbold, Toddy could probably trade pretty well with Sigbold with proper cycle charging and engagements. He's got good AP, he's a flying character, and yeah, we'll see. Toddy going over here, though, gets a nice rear charge into the Dragon Ogres, able to actually break them and terrify them, and they actually finally shatter. Man, oh man, this is a close game, dudes. Spearmen forming ranks in front of the Outriders with grenade launchers. I gotta check the value. You know, I gotta check this. So far, yeah, 2,000 value on those grenade launchers this game. It looks like the Empire Great Cannon is taken off, which is certainly a huge catch here for the Warriors of Chaos. But the Empire Knights trying their best to defend it, but there's only 9 of them left. Maybe using the grenade launchers to blast the Chaos Warhounds could be quite nice. But Empire looks like they're in a pretty good position here in this game. Chaos might be able to rally some forces. There are some trolls kind of healing at the edge of the map. But so far, it looks like the Sons of Sigmar are holding well here. Nice little Spirit Leech going down to the Warrior Priest, who's still here, man. That guy's an absolute linebacker, just fighting to the bitter end. He might be able to rally the Great Cannon, which would be a huge boon. But it looks like, yeah, maybe sending the grenade launchers to protect that would have been the way. But I think he's going to go for Sigbold now, which I think might be a mistake. I mean, yeah, Boris might be able to hit him and trade here, but like this is what Sigbold wants, right? Is to stand and fight with all of his erect buffs popped. But Toddy so far getting good damage, but Sigbold giving it right back. A big blow into Toddy does obviously put him at his healing cap, and yeah, Sigbold is a far superior duelist. 47-40 against 61-60 and 780. Like the stat difference is jarring there. And it looks like the Jade Wizard's charging in against the Prince of Slaanesh, which is also very risky. The only way to deal with Sigbold with this Empire army is to surround him with spears and cycle charge him. That's how you got to do it. Unfortunately, the Great Cannon crew for the Empire is taken out, and you can see that the Chaos Warhounds of Poison are going to be able to chase those guys down. And here they come. Great Cannon is gone. Warrior Priest is gone. Empire has Toddy, Spearmen, grenade launchers, and it looks like in the distance... Ooh, nice. Yeah, there's some Spearmen actually fighting here. They might be able to finish off those trolls if they actually pile in and fight. Otherwise, they might get routed. A little bit hard to say. So Boris Todbringer is getting destroyed by Sigbold. Oh man, he does not want to stay in combat with Siggy here, although he's getting a lot of damage in the process. Sigbold's leadership is pretty insane, but also the Manticore Lord is still here, and it looks like Boris Todbringer is going to be attacked. What a close game. There's so many Spearmen. I think if Toddy had been a little bit more conservative and just like gone after the Sorcerer, left Sigbold for last, I honestly think he could have maybe won this game. But now with Boris Todbringer kind of being thrown to the dogs here, with Prince Sigbold, you know, not intentionally, of course. Arrow was able to get him. But I think it's going to be too much. I don't think anything can kill Sigbold at this point. Man, what a close game. What a close game indeed. The Dark Prince Sigbold able to get in combat there with Toddy, supported by the Chaos Sorcerer on the Manticore. And that is probably going to be GG, as there's just a couple state troops left, and there's no way they can kill Sigbold. There's also some Chaos Trolls coming back in the distance. And yeah, there's a Manticore for terror routes. GG, well played. Dang, man, that was a close game. I think Toddy, if he had cycle charged, gone after the trolls, kited Sigbold, saved him for last, I think that could have been an Empire win. But, you know, nonetheless, Newport played a super great game. He's playing one of the best players out there, best Chaos players out there, and was able to do very well. So big props to Newport. And don't you guys worry, he is going to be advancing, because he still did have a winning record. So great value on Toddy, 2,000, not bad. Grenade launchers with 2,100, Sigbold at 3,700 value on Sigbold. Holy shit, man. Dragon Ogres did okay. Kind of got shut down in some ways. But yeah, Sigbold carried 3,700. Holy shit, man. What a beast. So now, my friends, we can take a look here at the dreaded group stage. So this is a summary of this particular group. You can see that we did have Sigbold, the Aerificent, advance. So Sigbold won 3 games. We have Newport, who won 2 and lost 1. So he advances. And Noctualus won 1, lost 2. And Park Barrack, being Alberic, did lose his games and will not be advancing. So that is the current tale of the tape for Group F. We'll be doing these as soon as like each group stage finishes. I'll be doing streams like this for each one of them, so you guys can kind of catch those bad boys. Ryan G, Kemery TV halftime show, please. Yeah, that would be good. Thank you for the donation, Ryan. Sorry I missed that. But that's Group F. Sigbold paid for himself like 2 or 3 times over. He did. He's a monster, dude. Sigbold's really good. Yeah, he's strong. But he has the same weaknesses of a Footlord, that if you can leave him for last and cycle charge him to death, he can't really fight back. That's how you got to deal with him. If you stand and duel with him, he'll beat you. The next group, probably on Thursday, or maybe early next week. There's another group that's currently done, which has Eltharion, it has Ungrim Iron Fist, it has Luther Harkin, and let me see. Let me pull up the group stage here. Manfred Von Karstein. Yeah. So that's the next group that we'll be doing. Quite a bit of fun. We have some meme lords in there. We have some competitive lords like Luther. Yeah. Falcon is playing in this tournament. Yes, he is playing tic-tac-toe. So he's playing Talakwa basically, which is quite a bit of fun. So there you have it, my friends. That is the Group F stage here. And now we're just going to hang out and do some community stuff. So we're going to I'll play a couple of ladder battles, probably like 2. And then after that, I will do an FFA to close things out. So let's go ahead and fire this up. Well played. Boris Todbringer advances with the Scion of Slaanesh. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far Sigbold gets. All right, so we're on a god-awful map, the Devastation of Ostermark. Let's go High Elves, actually. I've been wanting to practice my High Elves. Granted, you might just counterpick me. But we'll try some High Elves. It's fine. So Beastmen are actually a bit of a counter against High Elves. Believe it or not, they're very good against them. But he's going Chaos, which is fine. So let's go ahead and get my Condom Wolf up. And let's do some High Elves versus Chaos. Let's do it, man. I am ready. I got my build all set. No complaints. Let's do it to it. Any chance we can see the brackets? So the problem is if I show you the brackets right now, it'll spoil a ton of games because a lot of the group stages are like halfway done. So it would spoil the it would spoil it for you. I mean, if you still want to see it, you can message me in Discord and I can send it to you. But otherwise you'll be spoiled. Yeah, you'll see everything. Hey, man. Ready when you are. Can you play with Imric? Not this game. I have a different lord, so. King of the Dead is playing, he's playing Wolfric the Wanderer. He despite being King of the Dead, he's actually a Norscan main. Norsca is one of his mains, so. Yeah, I saw the Lumineth on Kangaroos. I actually was really excited that the vampires for Age of Sigmar would be vampire pirates or like vampire corsairs, but they just look like regular vampires, so I'm probably not as interested. I'll probably just stick with like my Cities of Sigmar or something. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, Beastmen are good against like living factions, so Beastmen do well against like Dark Elves, High Elves. They're actually decent against Empire. But Beastmen struggle pretty bad against Undead. Like Undead really destroy them. Yeah. Beastmen are also okay against Skaven if you're like a good Beastmen player. Yeah. Max, if he wants to message me, he's more than welcome to. Like, he's always welcome if he wants to play. Yeah, like, so if you want to see the bracket, just message me, like I said, in Discord, and I can send it to you. But otherwise, it'll spoil the outcome of many of the matches, because they're all underway. They're all, like, kind of happening right now, right? So. Oh my god, this map is such garbage. I hate it. It's just the worst thing ever. Who's playing Cetra? I believe Cetra is being played by Shver Krasm. He's a good solid tournament player, clan VM. Tomb King's Nakai is being played by your boy Flying Taco. Yeah. It's all good, man. Get a couple spears on the flanks as well. This map should be removed from the multiplayer pool. It's so freaking terrible. It's just absolute trash. It's just like, if I wanted to, like, I could like deploy up on the high ground, and like if he doesn't have like range tools, just imagine me like deploying right here, right? Walking here, like forcing him into a choke fight here. It's just so dumb. Alright, anyways. Enough raging about the map here. Basically, you just use the Reavers to deal with like skirmish cav and things like that, and you call it a day. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, this map is banned. I mean, not even banned, but this map is never used in my tournaments. I won't, like... His best bet is probably Hell Cannon, I would say. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, he says he's ready. Cool, let's get this party started. Teclis is great. Teclis is really good. Alright, so, yeah, he's got some skirmish cav, but that's fine. We can just shoot them with archers. And then, what does he have? Like, some of these dudes here. It looks like there's some skirmish cav hiding on the wings here, which is cool. So let's pull our Reavers over and head them off. Focus you guys down. I could like net one of them, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll go ahead and like try and cut off his escape here. Yeah, those horsemen should be dead. Yeah, I could net them. It's not worth it, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna like still probably even catch them a little bit here, which is fine. All right, so let's pull you up. What are these? Chaos Warrior Halberds, which is okay. Good play for my opponent. He's able to escape there. Very cool. Pull you guys back. So archers are like the basic counter against like you know, skirmish cav in general, right? Like you just kind of can outrange them and force them into like some awkward trades. And he's got Prince Sigbold. Star Dragons are actually quite good at killing Sigbold, so I'm cool with that. So we'll just keep kind of scooting up here. Move you here, move you here. So targets I want to snipe, Chaos Sorcerer, 100%. So what we'll try and do is prepare for a breath combo to snipe the Chaos Sorcerer. We have the Fireborn too. Since all of his skirmish cav are over here, we can pull the Fireborn up the middle and try and go for like a freebie. And yeah, so okay, he's moving and grooving. He's kind of keeping an eye on that Chaos Sorcerer. Now all his horsemen are moving over here, so we can pull back. And what do I want to shoot? Yeah, he's got Chaos Warriors with great weapons, which are probably a decent choice to shoot at. These archers can shoot at these Marauder horsemen here and here, which is cool. And we'll prepare for the main combat here. My opponent juking really well, I have to say. He's doing an excellent job of that. So let's pull you guys back like so, like so. You guys can move back here. And now we'll get the dudes charging here. Should be able to defeat these Marauders pretty handily in combat. Alright, so Sigbold's coming. Let's go ahead and prepare to drop a net here on you. And then what you do is basically just fly over with the Star Dragon. And he's going to get netted, and then you pop that. Looks like an unintentional dodge, which is really funny, actually. Alright, cool. So this guy's just getting junked on, so the caster's in some trouble. We'll drop a Fiery Convocation in the front, which hopefully will do some good damage. We'll see. Cycle charge with you guys. Archers are all pulling back. And let's go ahead and dodge to make sure that doesn't get us. So his caster's dead. The Star Dragon killed it, and honestly, we can fight Sigbold right now, which is cool. Great. So archers. Let's shoot the halberds that are advancing here. It looks like in the back some doggos were able to slip in. And the Star Dragon can just battle Sigbold. I'm totally fine with that. Regrowth, let's go ahead and cast it on these white lines. Keep those guys functional. Pull these Reavers back. Prepare to do battle. Fireborn able to deal with the Hounds relatively efficiently. And yeah, Sigbold should lose that Star Dragon. He's strong, but you know, that's a Star Dragon. That shit is pretty serious business. Alright, so archers are still blasting. Let's go ahead and switch on to you guys. And you guys can shoot here. You have some spearmen in reserve, and the Fireborn are still in good shape, so we can prepare to do some charging. We might want to get away with that Star Dragon now. It seems a little suspicious, so we'll kind of move away. Get ready for some more breath attacks. Yeah. If I lose the Star Dragon to like some stupid Sigbold shit, that's going to feel pretty bad. Alright, spearmen move in. Archers move back, and get you Reavers to go deal with the Hounds here. And the Star Dragon is back, so let's kind of like pull him back here and try and liberate these battle lines. Archers, moving. Sigbold's hunting me down. I do have another net. Probably getting a breath attack here is a good idea. So let's go ahead and drop it on these Chaos Warriors here, which are a little bit bunched up, which is fine. Alright, so Spearmen are still in okay shape. We'll pull back the Fireborn and the Archers once the Dragon breath attack goes, but for some reason it didn't want to, which is strange. So let's go ahead and move these guys back to avoid that so I don't friendly fire myself. And oh, that was a nice breath attack. That was really, really saucy. So we can go ahead and net these guys down just to buy some time for the retreat. I don't know where those white lines are going. They're just shadow realming themselves. We'll pull back here. Seems fine. And now the Hounds are here once again, so we can just break those guys off. Pull the Archers back. It's fine. Dragon's coming. We have a regrowth for him soonish. Pop Sword of Teclis. And yeah, let's go ahead and just hammer back here. That's fine. To the back of those units. And Reavers are doing their thing. Spearmen are preparing to hold. The Dragon, he's doing really well considering his caster has been gone for like most of this game. Go over there with the Dragon. It's fine. Alright, Archers. Shooting into halberds is probably my best bet. We'll pop in here, and then we can retreat out through the other side with the Star Dragon. We have a Fiery Convocation net combo. But I'm going to let my Winds of Magic kind of build up a little bit. Have you guys defending here. Fireborn can come back. We can actually just get you guys going after them. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, great. So those warriors have been broken down. Getting some nice fire, but let's go ahead and shoot the Skirmish Cav. Looks good. And do I want to use a Fiery combo? There's nothing really worth doing. You know what? Actually, that full health unit of... we need to keep the Star Dragon alive. That full health unit of halberds might be a worthy target. Okay, so we got the regrowth down. Balance of power is doing pretty good for us. Let's pull you guys back. We need to get a breath attack here, actually. Yeah, that halberd unit's going to be a pain. I do have a fiery combo. I could use it here, but let's go ahead and fly the dragon over here. Still got some Chaos Warriors moving. Fireborn can cycle charge. Do this. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Actually, shit, we got to pull back here. No, let's actually scrap that breath attack idea. Just attack here with the dragon for now. It's a safe engagement. And we have some Reavers coming back here, which could maybe chase these guys down. How's Teclis doing? Okay, Star Dragon's fighting. Let's pull back the Fireborn. One archer can shoot here. Get Teclis to actually attack them. And now we can go ahead and drop a net on you. And once that goes down, you drop a Fiery Convocation. That should do some big damage. Let's pull the dragon back. So that fiery combo might win me the game, just outright. Yeah, it's gonna do some big damage. You see the whole Chaos Army's like netted there. Yeah, that was a beaut right there. That was a beaut. All right, looks solid. Keep the archers pulling back. Dragon has a couple options, but mainly I need to make sure I have the dragon in the late game, otherwise Sigbold will just end me. All right, Reavers go here. Archers just keep blasting into the great weapons, and we can just kind of try and pull him onto the side here. I have a breath attack. I could probably get a good one here. It's a little bit of an awkward angle. Yeah, that wasn't very good. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Fireborn hammer into the flank. Try and go for like a terror route on these guys. Pull these archers back. Whatever Sigbold's attacking, we just kite. It's been a good scrappy game. Let's go ahead and pop this. Good. Halberds should break soon too. We'll even get Teclis in there to see what we can do. Fan you guys out. Fan out. Fan out. Let's get that Star Dragon moving through. This has been, man, really well played game. Holy shit. Sigbold's certainly very tough to deal with. We should be able to pile in on these guys now. Pull back, and then you guys just run into the Shadow Realm here. These archers can run too. Okay, it's getting a little messy now. But I still have a Star Dragon, which is good. My opponent's doing a good job hunting my shit down. Freaking Sigbold, he's so hot right now. Fireborn, Fireborn, come over here. See if we can save these archers. You guys just fight for now. You're not gonna get away. Teclis has some of the best winds of magic in the game too, which is really cool. Probably just saving for another regrowth is the way for the Star Dragon. Fireborn might be able to clean up this situation. We'll see. Yeah, that breath attack was stupid. The other breath attacks I had were good, but that one was definitely subpar. Okay, so Fireborn should be able to save these archers, or at least punish the aggression here. Okay, let's pull back. Alright, let's get in there. You guys can turn and start shooting here, which is good. Keep saving up Winds of Magic. See if I can get an overcasted one, to be honest. Make sure Chaos doesn't have anything coming back. Hopefully the White Lions can actually win that fight. Very good. So, now, you know what? We can pull back here. We have the Fireborn chasing here. We need to get those halberds off the battlefield. And we can just start going after Sigbold here. It's fine. I have an enfeebling foe, but I think regrowth is better. Oh, are there still some horsemen shooting at me? Oh shit, that's annoying. Okay, well, hopefully some of my archers come back. Alright. Ooh, yeah, this is actually a little bit dicey. So let's fall back to my archers. Now that my archers are going to be attacking, I'm fine. Fireborn are chasing these guys off. I don't want any of that shit. Oh, didn't juke that too well. It's a close fight, man. This damn Sigbold, he's so hot right now. God. Alright, let's get these great weapons in. Fireborn to chase them off. Yeah, we'll just let them get chased off here. Oh no, finish him. What am I doing? I was slow to the draw there. Okay, they broke, but not before they got a charge off, which sucks. Shoot the horsemen. Just kill the mobility. Chase all those guys off. Fireborn are coming back. Unfortunately, I don't have any breath combos. Here comes my archers. Let's start shooting those Chaos Marauders. We need to buy some time. Man, Teclis' Winds of Magic is so good. Let's see if I can get a freebie there. Are you saying Chad Tyrion would have taken him down? Yeah, Tyrion? Yeah, Tyrion has a tech piece here. Yeah, he's not gonna let me have that. All right, let's give him the fight he wants. Can I overcast this? Yes, I can. Cool. That's gonna be really nice. A fat overcasted regrowth. Oh, that's like 2,000 HP on that Star Dragon. So we can pop Potion of Croy and go in and like bait out Sigbold for a second. See if we can like, because that gives us ward save. Oh, I hate that when the dragons do that stupid animation where they like try and circle him. Alright, my archers are like just about out of ammo anyways. Get the charge there. I mean, I need the Star Dragon to beat Sigbold. There's a chance I could still lose it. Come on, army lost him. I don't want to have to fight Sigbold. Yes, army lost him. Oh, God. Alright. Man. Well played. Holy shit, man. Sigbold terror. That was a stressful game, dudes. God, like, Best way to kill him is army losses. So Star Dragon was a beast. And like, dude, he lost his caster in like the first 10 seconds of battle. And we still almost like really struggled there. Shit, dude. Yeah, we killed his caster, but Sigbold was just unstoppable as usual. Archers did good. White Lions did okay, I guess. Yeah, Teclis got 1900. I guess that's the Fiery Convocation. The Fireborn, we still had the Fireborn there too in the late game. Yeah. Hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Yeah. GG, well played. That guy was an ace, man. He's a good player. That was a proper scrap. Even with losing his lord, he still, or his caster, he still almost brought it back. Siggy Smalls. I'm trying to think what would have worked better against that chaos build. Milan and Farmer, you just watched the Q&A. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, the Q&A with Felcon is up. So we put that up. I've been playing a lot of High Elves lately, but let's Do you guys want to hail the mighty? What do you feel like doing? What map are we on? Okay, we're on another stupid map. Oh, hail the mighty. We're arising from the deeps with crooked sails and incredible tales. We're calling in the seas. Oh, hail the mighty. All right, so let's go coast. Let's go coast to coast, baby. All right, coast. Coast versus Tomb Kings. What is my build these days? I don't know. I was wanting to practice this one, so we'll see. No, my APM isn't very good. It used to be. Before my hand problems, man, I had some mean APM, dude. That shit was flying everywhere. But yeah, no, not anymore. Is Quick Headsaker viable? Against dwarves, yeah, but no one else really. With crooked sails and incredible tales. Here, you guys, I think we need to get you guys in the spirit of fun here. We need some background music. Let me get my headphones on. You guys just want me to put Crooked Sails or Tattered Sails shanty on repeat during this battle? Yeah, that game was good. That was a really good scrap. That guy was a solid player. And you know what's even more impressive about that guy's performance is that map put him at a pretty big disadvantage too, because it was like he was kind of in a choke. Like he couldn't surround me as easily. I mean, although he still got his hounds in there, but it made it much easier for me to defend. Oh, yeah, Queek can actually kill Sigbold. You know, yeah, maybe we're going to start seeing some Queek tech, huh? Psycho Morbidus says, I'm a new player and I love the Jawi. I want to learn them in multiplayer, but have been recommended against. No, yeah, just don't, like, don't play boxes every game and you'll be fine. But, yeah, if you're getting into multiplayer, you should learn a couple factions. You know? Because most times it's, like, best of 3 or... Unless you just want to play in my tournaments where it's best of 1 with one faction. Okay, hold on. I got headphones on. I think I have the file saved here. 1 second. Is he ready? Oh, he's ready. Shit. Okay. We'll put it on during the battle. Schmandolf. If Skarsnik wields the Hammer of Sigmar, does he become the Hammer of Squigmar? Probably, dude. That's good. 10-hour sea shanties? Dude, I'll play it in a second. I just got to find the file. I have it on my computer somewhere. It's a crime that that song isn't in the game. Yeah. I guess it's not like chill music though. It's kind of like up tempo and loud. So like playing it nonstop might get annoying. Chaos Dwarves are pretty OP. Okay, where the hell is the song? I have it somewhere. Oh, this is gonna haunt my soul. I mean, I could just play it off YouTube. But I have it.
The blood runs cold.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
We take our loot, but don't get old.
Yes. Now that we're in the spirits of the Vampire Coast, we had the setup music. It's so perfect, isn't it? Alright, let's see what our opponent's up to. All hail Queen Bessie. She's killing skeleton archers all day. With crooked sails and incredible tails. We're calling in the deep. Alright, let's go around the back here. Let's draw a little. Draw some fun icons. All hail Luther Harkin. Oh, look at him trying to get all sneaky like over here. Alright. Oh my god, look at... Oh god, look at what Queen Bess has done to him. Look what he's done to my boy. Oh, dude, that's just a... Who is this over here? This is Arkin the Black? Okay, let's see if we can get a little... Let's give Arkin a little 1-2 welcome to the community here. Oh god, look at what Queen Bess is doing to his archers. That's why you don't put things in boxes. Oh god, the humanity. Alright, well. So let's just go ahead and chill out for now, I guess. We should probably, honestly, just start sniping. Yeah, okay, so that's been dealt with. Let's go ahead and flank there. Luther's getting some work. Pull you over the top. Pull some Sirens to attack here. Looks like he's got some Sepulchral Stalkers. Oh, these guys are... He landed some carrying on me here, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. We have plenty of defensive tools. Oh god, erect Queen Bess shots. You can't escape the Pirate King, man. He's too ferocious. Alright, let's get Sirens on you, and then you guys can come around the back. Well, now that we know he's got the Sepulchral Stalkers, we can definitely get some work in on them. One cannon might die here. Try and save it. He's got a new Shopty summon on top of Queen Bess, too. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I'll go here. Pull you guys back. Scurvy Dog's going. Alright, cool. And then we can get the Gunnery White to start shooting at these guys. Poor Sirens. Yeah, they're not having a good time at all. Alright, GG. All hail the mighty. It's a Queen Bess rising from the deep. Alright, guys, time for some FFA. Let's close this bad boy out. First come, first serve. Lobby up is going to be... It's going to be Turin FFA. Password is 1234. We're just going to do one FFA and that'll be it. It's going to be a shorter stream today. I'm trying to rest my hand. It's been a little bit sore lately, but yeah. All right, free for all. And let's go ahead and do a regular size free for all. Yeah. It's, you know why? It's because we played the theme song when we were preparing. That's why it went so well. You guys want Kazrak? No, dude. Oh god, Felcon. Kazrak is my least favorite lord. I hate Kazrak. He's just so stupid and terrible. Pone, did you say he was baiting me to get the fast 2 Shopty summons? The password is just 123. Yeah. That Queen Bess, look what they did to my boy. Hey. We got Canadian Ace. All right, the whole crew is here. Let's get the Condom Wolf up. Turin in the Legendary Lord Tournament, who is playing Mad Mulletson? Oh, well, Norska is being played by Valkanos and King of the Dead. Those are the 2 champs for Norska. Some strong players for sure. We do. All right. So we got Beastmen, we got Skaven, and we got Wood Elves. So I'm not going to play any of those. What have we not seen today? Oh man, I was even going to do a dreaded Kazrak for you guys, but in this case, let's do some Dowie. Yeah, this will be fun. All right. So I have the Condom Wolf up. Is it blocking everything? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I wish there was a Dwarf Lord who could Vanguard. Just like ride in a helicopter or something. That'd be so cool. Hey, Reginald Puckington, you were 5 seconds too late. Oh no. Oh no, he switched to Skaven. How dare you, dude? How dare you switch to Skaven on me? Oh my god, there's 2 Skaven here and I'm Dowie. This already sucks. Alright, well, we'll make the best of it. We're going Dowie. Okay, that's fine. With tattered sails and incredible things. Alright, this build's fine so far. Don't worry, you guys are gonna love it, man. It's a thing of beauty here. Oh my god, so many Skaven though, it's stressing me out. What does this item even do here? It's fine. Don't worry, there's gonna be tons of Dowie artillery. Double engineer. Oh, that sounds fun too. Yeah, a little double engineer action. Always good for the soul. Get a single artillery piece or something, we'll see. So far, yeah, I got some cool schemes. It's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna appreciate it, I think. I don't know. It might work. I might just get dunked on instantly. We'll see what happens. Okay, so where can I save some money? That looks fine. Get one of you guys, and then get another one of these. And I think we're golden. Raise just, I'm on YouTube. Mom, I'm on TV. Get the camera. All right, I think we're good. Falcon, I can guarantee you're gonna like this. What do you think about Nehekar Warriors vs Empire? It's not terrible. I still think there's better options, like, you know. But yeah, you know, I've seen people do that actually in competitive play. Eternal Wanderer, yeah. All right. Yeah, you know, they're probably all going to Vanguard on me and I'm just going to get destroyed, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. We will see. I'm hyped for this replay. This will be the last one. We'll be closing out the stream with this. And then, yeah, thanks again, guys. It's been a fun stream today. Chaos Dwarves DLC confirmed. Yeah, where'd that get confirmed? Did I miss, like, some news? Wait, isn't it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, Newsday. Did I actually miss some news? Are you guys just trolling me? I'm going to the Total War page here to see what's cracking. All hail the mighty. Nah, nothing. Just Troy. Total War Troy. Ugh. Yeah, Troy never tickled my pickle, that's for sure. Alright, we're loading in. We got dwarves, 2 Skaven, and a Wood Elves. Throwing to save my hand. Oh, you think I'm going to let my Dowie go down easy? Reginald Puggington, yeah. What are the bad matchups for Lizardmen? Falcon can tell you. He knows better than me. I don't play Lizardmen, so... yeah. He can let you know. What's the name of the pirate song? Tattered Sails, or Tattered Sails Shanty or something. Just type in Vampire Coast Tattered Sails, and it'll come up on YouTube. I don't want them to see how I'm setting up my artillery in case they accidentally have the stream open, so I will... the Condom Wolf is just blocking for now, and then afterwards, yeah, we'll be good. Tattered Sails Shanty, yeah. I saw... so yeah, the new Age of Sigmar vampires are just regular vampires from what I can tell from the one spoiler, but I actually was thinking about kit bashing them into Vampire Coast. So, like, just going super ham on it, right? Like, getting them pirate hats and, like, you know, all sorts of pirate decorations. I think that'd be super fun. All right, so let me see what I got around here. This looks interesting. All hail the mighty. They're arising from the deep with crooked sails and incredible tales. They're calling in the seas. All right, this looks interesting. This looks interesting.
The clans unite.
All right, well, I have no idea how this shit's gonna go. We're setting up. The Condom Wolf is just here temporarily. I'll get rid of it as soon as the battle starts. 2 and 3. You're gonna get a tattoo of the Condom Wolf? Oh, that's pretty badass. Yeah. It's covering the stream. I do. I play Death Guard and Empire in Fantasy. Although, I mean, technically, I use them for Age of Sigmar, but I just play them. I just pretend like it's my Empire. Yeah. Ready up when good. The Dowie come. Oh, you're rooting for your boy Canadian Ace. Okay. You know what I'm probably going to do this week, too, is an FFA tournament. Not FFA, excuse me. A 2v2 tournament this week I was thinking of doing, so probably put some signups for it soon. We'll see. Could be laggy, though. That's the only problem, but eh. It'll be done via replays, and then I'll just cast the replays. Canadian Ace says his body's ready. So Canadian Ace is over here, Skaven. Then we have more Skaven over here. They deserve each other. Let them fight. He's going Gyro Bomber Rangers? Maybe. A 3v3. How about a 10v10 tourney? Ready up when good. So yeah, players are just setting up their armies right now. 15 versus 15. Oh my god. Maybe if each person got like one unit. That would be, wouldn't that be interesting to have like a 20 on 20 battle, but each player only gets one thing with like a 20 stack. So you get like one guy controls a spearman. You know, like that's, talk about like trying to, you know, work together in that. I know the blocker's there. I know it's there. I'm waiting for the players to ready up so then I can turn off the blocker before the match starts. It's intentional. Naya Sancta, is Skarsnik and Night Goblins viable? Yeah, absolutely. Skarsnik with Fanatics could be very strong. For sure, man. It can be good, yeah. It's definitely viable. Might not be the strongest, like, most net decked build in the world, but it can be good. Yeah, so don't stress it. Click ready. I need them to click ready, so I don't have to do it. All right, so we got one player readied up here. You call dibs on the peasant mobs? Yeah, just give me like a peasant archer and I'll just sit back there chilling. That would be really interesting. I mean, that's basically what like Total War Arena is, right? So, all right. Now it's time to get rid of the condom wolf. Let's take off the condom. It's time. Check it out. Mass Dowie Haggard Vanguard. Oh my god, I've been left alone. Oh no! Look, the Wood Elves vanguarded the Skaven. I vanguarded the Wood Elves. Oh, why? Not like this. Oh man, now I just have to go fight this Skaven army. Okay, well, I guess we're waddling. Let's go, Belagar. Yeah. So the Wood Elves and Skaven are battling over here. God, oh. Falcon can be an Ark of Sotek for sure. Yeah, you know, I should have expected a Wood Elf Vanguard. Vanguarding on Skaven could have been decent too. Oh man, this guy's got like artillery and shit. Okay. Although his army doesn't have too much anti-dwarf, so I think I should be okay. Let's go try and get some points with the gyros, though. We're gonna go get involved in this fight. The dreaded Vanguard. So the Wood Elves are kind of getting cleaned up here. No, yeah, so we need to probably like get the gyros over there to try and be impactful. Canadian Ace is getting a lot of points. Oh god, I was out Vanguarded. I know. But my gyros are coming. They're pissed, dude. Yeah, see, he's got like Death Runners and shit. Canadian Ace is ready for my stuff. So we need to kill all his Death Runners. 100%. So in the meantime, we could just watch this battle. How do you feel about the new Death Guard Codex? I'm super hyped for it. Yeah, I think it's great. So let's move here and just like walk so our shit doesn't get tired. Those Death Runners, I'm coming for you. And we can start blasting like the Packmaster. That's probably a good call. So we'll minigun the Packmaster down. Yep, he's taking some big damage, which is great. Now we can go ahead and start shooting at the... Ooh, this is a little dangerous to get those wolf rats that close to the edge. Yeah, cool. Alright, so we're getting some damage on the Packmaster, which is great. We gotta rediscover those Death Runners here. Alright, cool. Oh god, this is so juicy. Check this shit out. Oh god, oh, give it to us, Precious. Let's escort those Death Runners right off the battlefield. Packmaster is able to run away, but we need to get some points. So let's just keep sniping him. while the rest of our Dowie army marches on the proud Skaven. Belegar's just being sniped in open field, which is hilarious. Alright, so Death Runners should die soon to the steam cannons. Yeah, it looks good. And we sniped the Packmaster, which is nice. Like, we need to kill the things that are fast and can deal with our army, right? So, oh, the natty boobos are here. Shit. Okay, we need to pull back, deal with those rats. Cool. All right, so let's just keep juking if we can. If I lose the gyro bomber this early, I'm going to be in some trouble. The Skaven await me on the hill here. Let's pull these gyro bombers over. We're focusing down the natty boobos. Okay, so we have points, which is good. We have points. Ah, man, I really need to finish off those stupid sharpshooters, man. I really do not want to lose a gyro bomber this early. I haven't even gotten to use its bombs. It's broken, but it should come back. Okay, to this Skaven army. Okay, let's just go over here and try some of this. We shattered a Packmaster. Now he's shooting at me. This gyro bomber should come back. Just keep chasing you. Alright. Okay, here it comes. This one can hide in the back for now. So we'll just degroup this. Oh god, oh my god. I kind of have a slight erection right now. It's like half-mast because of what I'm seeing. Oh god, Scorched Skaven. Oh, give it to me, precious. Just go full bombing run over this army. Just apocalypse now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, dude. Oh, that was so fun. I think that got us some good points. Alright, so let's get our archers and start blasting into the warp fire throwers here. Obviously, we don't want any of that, so let's pull you guys back. See if we can save this gyro bomber. Put it out here. That's fine. Belegar's making his way downtown. These guys were able to finish off quite a bit, actually. And now these warp fire throwers. Let's go see if we can focus you guys down. Let's shoot here. We can. Should be great. Blasting charges on you. And you guys can go there. And blasting charges on you, Clan Storm Vermin. Will be fine. Excellent. So warp fire throwers are going down. Looks good. I'm going to probably have to eat one volley. I think. Oh, let's go ahead and group these guys together and pull them back here. Let's pull the steam cannons back. I think we were able to successfully kind of saboteur the other force. Let's go ahead and start throwing into them. Seems fine. Seems like we're getting some good damage for sure. Let's blasting charge these guys, blasting charge these guys, pull back these homeboys, and get you moving in as well. So we need the gyro bombers to snipe the Grey Seer. It's a big armored target. It's relatively tough to kill. So what we'll do is we'll use Marks by Ulthar, and then we'll focus it with everything here. Belegar can go in, pop Revenge Incarnate to get some good combat stat buff. We should be able to take this thing out. We got steam cannons moving in too. So far, so good. So let's go snipe the Warp Lightning Cannon. Oh man, look how hard that thing's dying right now. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I guess it has the two gyro bombers blasting it too. Come on, Bugman's Rangers. You guys don't need to get in combat there. Pull you guys back. Okay, we're pulling up on points. The Grey Seer is going to die. And yeah, we were able to get that bad boy down pretty good. So Night Runners. Night Runners are pretty annoying, but we got to deal with the amount of Storm Vermin here. Go Steam Cannons. Fly over its head so it can't shoot you. Rangers, and blasting charges can just go continue shrekking these guys. Man, the Dwarven Miner Corps is holding pretty well, I have to say. I'm saving the bombardments for the late game. I think Wood Elves are coming on my flank here, so I gotta get whatever points I can and then reform to fight the Wood Elves. Storm Vermin. Unfortunately, Storm Vermin just suck. It's just the reality of their kind of deal here. Alright, so let's go start shooting some steam cannons here. I think the Skaven army's in a bit of a exodus here, so we can kind of just pull back this way a little bit. Yeah, we don't need to attack the Skaven army anymore. We can pull back and then what in the process? Yeah, let's turn off fire at will. Oh my god, look at the chevrons this one earned from blasting. So he's got aerial. We should be able to kill aerial pretty easily with all of our yeah, but the Deepwood scouts, those guys are annoying for sure. Okay, the tactical retreat is on. Let's go over here. Belegar, is he trapped somewhere? Okay, no, he's coming. Good. So I have some bombardments. Probably using them on the Skaven is the way. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some freebies here. Yeah, we just don't want to get flanked and sandwiched there. That is not what we want. Looks good. So let's go ahead and turn, and we can start blasting into them. Words of the great Danny DeVito, I started blasting. I did not stop. Alright, so this should be a good bombing run here. You can set up you guys like so to meet the Wood Elf advance. Okay, this is a pretty prime time here. Okay, so let's go ahead and prepare to run over the top. It's fine. Oh yeah, Apocalypse Dowie. Yeah, we got those Stormvermin pretty good. Let's pull back, save the other ones. We don't know when we'll need them in the late game. Okay, so all our bows are ready to meet here, so let's move you guys out. Althar's Raiders can move up on the high ground because we don't want them to get caught in some bad situation. It's got Dryads, so we can blasting charge the Dryads. Belegar can also rush out to meet this army. It looks like the Skaven are going to be using some Witchcraft here, so. Throwing weapons, you guys can go there. The dreaded Vanguard, just everywhere. Move those guys up. Alright, Steam Cannons, so let's pull the Steam Cannons around here. Fly, like, over the water. I'm going to save the Gyro Bombers in the back and be really cautious with them. So we need to start shooting the Deepwood Scouts. 100%, although it looks like there's some Witchcraft going down. I think Acorn of the Ages or something. Yeah, okay. Steam Cannons. Let's fly you guys over here. Belegar, just move up and start trolling if you can. We're fighting a war on two fronts, which is never great. Yeah, we might be able to get these guys, so let's put these guys back. Gyro Bombers come down here. And okay, so now we're starting to hurt the Deepwood Scouts, which is outstanding. You guys can go here. You guys can start... Ooh, yeah, we might want to pull back here a little bit. This is getting a little dicey. Yep, let's juke, let's juke. Oh, come on, juke it. That is a lot of firepower. Okay, we didn't take too much damage. Marking them with Ulthar here. Throw some of these guys here and start blasting the Warp Fire Throwers up in the high ground. We just need to get enough points. So the Gyro Bombers can start shooting at the Tree Man, because he's going to be an unholy pain to kill. You know what? We might even be able to kill Ariel here. So where are you at? Marked by Ulthar. Let's go ahead and mark Ariel. And just give her like the full Monty here. Okay, so she's marked with Ulthar. There's tons of firepower going on her right now. Belegar's moving up. Hopefully can stop these guys. She's taking quite a bit of damage, but I think my opponent's juking pretty well. Yeah, she's getting worked on. She's getting worked on a little bit. We're getting a lot of points, but we also need to be the last man standing, so... I might need to pull back. Yeah, okay. My opponent was paying some good attention, so he didn't take too much damage. Belegar doing some solid work here. Okay, we got Ariel down. That's cool. We have some bombing runs. Let's go ahead and send one over. His ammunition's running a little bit sparse, but we got to pull back. I probably should have gone after the Tree Man. Ooh, actually, we have an opportunity here to hurt the Tree Man a little bit with all those Ulthar's Raiders. Let's go get on her. Gyro Bombers really can't do a whole lot here, but the Tree Man is getting worked down, which is a lot of points for us. Looks like we have some dudes back as well. Yeah, unfortunately, our Rangers are having to fight melee, which really sucks. Those are Malevolent Dryad summons. The Ulthar's Raiders are killing the big Chungus there, though. Archers, we just kind of, I think, weather the storm with ammo. We're having to fight the Skaven a little bit, too, which is unfortunate. Okay, the Tree Man is going down, which is great. Gyro Bomber, I'm saving ammo for when the Deepwood Scouts are out. We could even send, like, one in to just go attack him here. Okay, the Tree Man is falling, which is great. Ulthar's Raiders must have gotten a shit ton of damage on him. Yeah, now you see he's adjusted. He's shooting it. Good play. Good play. The Skaven Warp Fire throwing the tree. I certainly appreciate the gesture. Let's keep juking here. I think he's shooting my gyros. Yeah, it's fine. Ooh, Belegar getting in there, man. Doing some damage. I think it's Dryka. Belegar might be in some trouble here. Like him versus Dryka and the Fairy Lady. Yeah, he's going after Ulthar's Raiders, yeah. This is good, though, because now the Skaven are going to start kind of ganking here. We can see our Gyro Bombers occupying a lot of their attention. So let's dive in there. It's fine. Keep shooting the Tree Man. Belegar is just being an angry dwarf, which is normal. Let's go ahead and shoot you. Steam Cannons, how are we doing on ammo? Yeah, Ariel's going to be annoying to kill. I mean, at least Dryka loses to Belegar. So we're getting that favorable engagement. Yeah, look at the Skaven, and they're battling over here, man. We're gonna have to start fighting in melee with a lot of these dudes. I don't know how well the steam cannons are actually doing against her. Ooh, look at Belegar! The true king of 8 peaks, man, just going deep on this Dryad right here. The good guy Skaven. We were once enemies, but now we're friends. I still have pretty good ammo here, so we could probably potentially do some good work in the late game. Where are my other dwarves at? Okay, they're still here. Okay, okay, I like this. I'm cool with it. Ooh, he got his tree back though. His D-put scouts are about out of ammo. I just want to keep that gyro bomber alive. Shoot the ancient tree man here. Do a little bombing run. Pull back. This is a close game. This is risky. Whatever. Let's go for it. Come on. Oh, no, I misclicked. Okay, at least it's forcing him to run a little bit. And long. That's what I'm talking about. That's some good shit right there. Alright, so Belegar, keep chasing here. Rangers, just get ready to fight. Gyro bomber can go after aerial. And we can shoot here and here. Pretty good ammo on the steam cannons, actually. The tree man is back in business, but we can probably roast Rika, to be honest. I'll let this brave Skaven escape. Oh my god, look at this. This is just anarchy. Did my other gyro bomber get deleted? Yeah, it was out of ammo and bombs. It was kind of useless at that point, so not too big of a deal. Finish off that tree man, maybe, actually. It's probably better. That's like, you know, something that will die for sure. We still have marked by Althar too. Ooh, we gotta save that for the final blow. Oh my god, just a big fight. Okay, let's go contribute to this fight with our gyro bomber. Steam cannons, just keep blasting. Oh, he's got a soul stealer. Shit, okay. Well, it doesn't really affect me too much. Let's fly over. He's out of ammo, so we can just kind of treat ourselves here. Okay, pull back. Yes, chase them off. Get all the points. Alright, gyro bomber. We need to kill Ariel now. Because Dryka's, we can deal with Dryka, but Ariel's like the one that is gonna potentially carry into the sunset here. How are we doing on bombs? We have a couple left here, which is good. He just ran out of ammo. Ariel's going down. Belegar, the true king of 8 peaks, holding like a champ. Bombard his archers there. It's fine. And okay, that army is shattered more or less. So now we can send in the miners to fight. Belegar just... Oh, Revenge Incarnate. Let's go, baby. It looks like we took out Ariel, too. Oh, he's pissed right now. 624. I mean, it's not quite Sigbold, but, you know. Man, what a great game. That was a close one. Yeah. True King of 8 Peaks. Let's go. 1400 value. Let's go get that Skaven. Yeah. The alliance between the Skaven and dwarves has ended. Now we got troops coming in to help. Dryka gets stronger when she gets lower, but Belegar has a ton of armor, so he should be fine against that. There's still some random shit around the battlefield. Let's go get some miners chasing you down. You can go ram that Eshin Sorcerer in melee. Oh, look at that! There's some Eshin Sorcery going down. I love it. Yeah, we should... It shouldn't be... Dryka should have no way of escaping here. We'll chase her with the gyros since we can't catch her with the other stuff. Oh my god, there's a warp fire thrower up on the high ground. So we need to go hunt that with our gyros, actually. Look at this dreaded Warlock Engineer. Oh my god, Kazuk! I know, what do we have back here? Yeah, it looks like we should... Rangers aren't bad in melee. Yeah, we shattered that rat, that's cool. Belegar's coming for vengeance, dude. This Warlock Engineer has been a pimp, though, all game. I love this guy's Warlock Engineer play. He's been, like, casting all the crazy spells. Dryka's back. Okay, we need to take her out. Still got a couple of gyro bombs left. Not too many good targets, though. Alright, Belegar, man. Let's go. I'll show you the value of the gyros, although I don't remember if it includes the bombs. Do you guys know if it does? This is a close game, man. This is real close. If the Wood Elves had gotten a proper flank on us while we were fighting Skaven, we probably would have lost. Some Treekin coming in too. Do I have any ammo? Shoot you guys. That's fine. Althar's Raiders, man. Yeah, 1400. They were really good for killing the Grey Seer early on. Yeah, it usually takes a while. There's like, yeah, pretty much no army losses in FFA.
Preparing bombing run.
Finally got the lone survivor. I put up no challenge. Oh, that's funny. Okay, there's a couple elves coming back. Let's go. Go give him the old ram. Oh, hold on. You know what? We still have some business to work with here. Come, elves. Oh, GG. Well played. Value on Bellicar, please. All right, let's see. Let's check it out. Oh, Vampire Coast isn't bad. They're strong. Vampire Coast is quite strong. All right, so 2,400 on Belligar. That's not bad. I mean, he costs like 1,000 gold with what I brought. I only brought his one ability, Revenge Incarnate, because if you don't bring that on Belligar, are you even Belligar? So 2,400. Miners did okay. Oh, one of the miners got 900. Damn. Rangers did awesome though, man. Look at that. 1,400, 1,400, 13, 15, 500, 2,400 on the Gyro Bomber, 2,600. 1,200, 1,200. I mean, that's just value city. Like, they're all paying for themselves. Bugman's Rangers got over 1,000 apiece. Like, every unit in the army, with the exception of a couple of the Dwarven Miners, got their money back. So now for the Wood Elves, 1,500, 3,200 on aerial. Very nice. This looks like a multiplayer army, like a 1v1 army. It's pretty good. Deepwood Scouts, yeah, they did great. Look at that, 1,800, 1,700, 1,500, or 1,800 there. Yeah, really solid. Treeman did okay. Yeah, he really crept in on that, man. He almost got us. It was incredibly close. Oh, you're playing him? Hey, Pone, hang tight for a second. I'll come watch. Don't start your game yet. Canadian Ace. You know, Canadian Ace's army was really good. But the problem is he got 2v1, basically. Because I saw his army as the biggest threat to my army with all these, like, AP monsters mobility. So while he was fighting the Wood Elves, I backstabbed him with my gyros and sniped his like characters and his Death Runners and stuff. And that's why, obviously, he ended up struggling. But it was still a very valiant effort by the legendary Canadian Ace. Oh, I've actually been watching a Cops show. So you guys remember Cops from the 90s? I'm watching like a Canadian version of it called like Under Arrest. Oh, it's so fun. And like everyone they arrest in that show has a mullet. It's crazy. Razodger? Yeah, probably. Sorry if I mangled that. The true hero of the Skaven here, coming in with Warpfire Throwers. Look at that. 1,000 value there. These ones kind of got shut down, but this bad boy did some work, and his Warp Lightning Cannon was awesome. Yeah, he was the Dark Lord of Storm Vermin. It was a great game, man. Super fun. Super fun indeed. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you for joining on today's stream. Big thanks to some folks for some donations. We had some from Naya Sancta, Schmandolf, Ryan G., Bowsin, The Chosen Juan, Naya again, Weird Vids, Lord Farquad, Hell I Don't Know. Hey, great games last night, man. Mr. Iron Gut, Lich109, Hammond again, Eric Salvet, and Vader. Thank you guys for your donations. It was a blast. That concludes the first group stage of the Legendary Lords Tournament. You got to see 6 games in total. Make sure to go back and check those out. If you guys did join late, it's Group F. It's one of 17 stages of the tournament. And just to kind of summarize it again, you can see that the Aerocrastic and Boris Todbringer will be advancing in today's tournament and everything. So, yeah. Your dad was in a couple of those episodes? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What value did I not show you? I'll go back. Was there some value you wanted to see? Hold on. I'll go back. It's not. We're good. We're still here. 488. What got 488? Did I miss something? Hold on. So Canadian Aces. Oh yeah. Holy shit. Look at this guy. I got you. Yeah. No blue balling here. 1,500 value. So he must have gotten some really good vortexes. But that is a shit ton of kills. He was fighting Wood Elves, I think. So that must have been against like Dryads. No. He came in the end and was like casting spells. Yeah. Awesome stuff, dude. Well, there you go. 1580, 1550, something like that. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Congratulations to Aerocrastic as well. One sec here. I'm going to change this setting. Pull it up here for you guys. Congratulations to Aerocrastic and Newport. They'll be advancing, the first to advance in the Legendary Lords Tournament. And a salute to those who have fallen via Count Noctualus as well as Alberic. So thanks again for watching, guys. And we'll see you on the other side. I know. I got to go back and watch that because 488 is a serious amount. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.